Music licensing reimagined.
Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running. Cataracts under my eyes from hustling. Going from buying to selling to customers. Run up the business, God is my witness. Turn up the sun up from under the sun that we maxing our limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving a mission, they say that I'm tripping. I've been told I need a vacation, I'm finessing a visit.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers, and welcome to Stat Diggers for UFC 326. We have Max Holloway going against Charles Oliveira 2. And yeah, it's an interesting card. We easy get a numbered card. Loving the main card. I think the main card is going to be fun. Some of these prelims, a little bit interesting. We got a couple newcomers. Another card to talk about. Weezy, what is up? You looking forward to UFC 326?
Yeah, it's a little bit of stars and scrubs action on this one, isn't it? You know, we've got a main card with some pretty good names. You know, Rob Font, Raul Rosas, Xiao, and Reiner Ritter. Great main event. The rematch of Rodriguez and Bruno Lopez. And then you got, you know, Cody Durden, Niam Jargel, Tumen Dembero. And you got Sumadarji, Jesus Aguilar. And you got Jun Yong Lee versus Gaston Bolanos. And Fernandez is a newcomer. Alberto Montes is a newcomer. Rafael Tobias is a newcomer. So we got a nice mix of fights here. Some veterans, some newcomers, some really weird matchups. I mean, like, who came up with Cody Garbrandt versus Long Xiao?
Not me.
How did that happen? You know, so we're gonna talk about it today, Brady. See what's up on this card. See if we can find some winning spots.
Yeah, let's try. Winning spots would be nice, man.
Wouldn't it?
I could use some winning spots, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're gonna break it all down. We're gonna have some fun. We had too much fun last year, though. It's not gonna be as fun, guys.
Not as fun. No, we've Brady and I actually decided behind the scenes that we can never have that much fun again.
Nowhere near that much fun.
Yeah.
We had way too much fun. But yeah, before we get into it, if you guys could do us a huge favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We go live every Monday at 10:15 Eastern time. If you guys are watching on X, please do us a huge favor and repost the stream for us. It's been like 2.5 weeks, Weezy. They still haven't fixed the whole X streaming situation.
Yeah, like you have to make sure that you have to go to the person's profile and there'll be a live button that you can click on, but it doesn't seem to like post it to the feed anymore like it used to.
It's kind of pissing me off a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it needs to get fixed, but it's been 2.5 weeks. So you got to figure out that there's probably something between X and StreamYard where there's some beef there or something going on behind the scenes.
Well, they better settle the beef because I can't do any more of this.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll have to make sure that they settle it. You know, I don't want them to have problems with Twitter. I'd like to be able to stream there myself.
We got a cigarette reposting the stream. Appreciate you, cigarette. Means a lot, helping us out. Because StreamYard is not helping us out.
Yeah.
Losing a lot of our viewers with this this predicament. But all right, so we'll get to the chat in a second, guys. I want to do a quick recap of UFC Mexico City, aka UFC AIDS. Because I got AIDS. Oh, I have so much AIDS, man. So yeah, last week was total AIDS. Everything was juiced to the tits, Wheezy.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tough card from a betting perspective. And let me go to the fights here. And I kept it light. Like I passed, I think, on like 7 of the fights. I only bet on like 5 of the fights. But I did my first parlay of the year. The parlay was Damian Penis, Wes Schultz. Fight won't start round 3. Parlayed with the Francis Marshall -7.5. Both those spots came through with flying colors. And I'm really upset because 3 weeks ago, Weezy, I messaged you. I said, listen, Francis Marshall, inside the distance, generational wealth spot of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And they open up Francis Marshall inside the distance at -350. And it's like, really? You got to be kidding me. And I got cute with it. I played the Marshall 2-3, which were horrible numbers, but I played them and I got cute and played the KO because it was actually a really big number, +350. And I thought it could be either or. He could knock this bum out or sub this bum. and the sub prop was like minus 110 plus 100. So I took a shot on the KO and the 2-3. So I actually lost money on that fight. And what's frustrating was the inside the distance opened up at minus 350, but it closed on some books at like minus 185. So a lot of money throughout the week came in on the overs, and it came in on like Marshall decision. So at the end of the week on fight day, the inside the distance for Marshall was actually a playable number. So if I would have just waited, I could have got the inside the distance at minus 185 and smashed it. But so lost some money on the Marshall fight, hit the parlay, but missed the 2-3 props. I love the under in the Matinho Quinones fight. I love the fight won't start round 3. I played the fight won't start round 3, and Quinones goes out there and decides to wrestle a punching bag for 3 rounds. It made zero sense. And that fight, I mean, I think that was the fight that gave me AIDS. Quinones, anything he threw, it landed. He was at some point just flailing his arms out there, and it was connecting on the face of Chris Moutinho. Really didn't need to grapple at all. And to make matters worse, he had 2 fully locked in rear naked chokes that were very close to cashing the fight won't start round 3. And the fight ends up actually going the distance, and Moutinho loses his very first decision ever. So got burnt on the fight won't start round 3. I had the Luna Pacheco fight ends by knockout. I didn't hate this bet. I thought it was between the Luna sub or the knockout, and he was a lot closer to knocking out Pacheco than subbing him. He hurt him in the first round really badly, and then went for a takedown for some reason, and then he hurt Pacheco really badly in the second round, and then went for a takedown for some reason. So he did hurt Pacheco like a ton of times. It was close, and Luna ends up winning his very first decision. And then I had Rodriguez inside the distance, 1.5 units, minus 120. That came through. A little sketchy in the first round. He got dropped a couple times, and then ended up knocking out Borjas in the second round. So that came through. And then my final bet of the night, and my night really came down to this, Wheezy. It was the Edgar Chairez Felipe Bunes fight. And I was extremely confident in Chairez. I was extremely confident in violence. I thought Felipe Bunes had only a couple minutes of gas, and it ended up being Felipe Bunes at 36 years old, showing the best display of cardio he's ever had. And that fight was extremely close. I was very disappointed in Edgar Chairez. He really didn't try. Like, I'm not sure if he was afraid to gas out or what, but Edgar Chairez didn't try until there was like 10 seconds left in round 2. And then he went out there and stole the round. And then in round 3, he didn't start trying until there was like 10 seconds left in round 3. And we could see how dangerous he is. And it was actually Edgar Chairez that won his very first decision ever. So got burnt on the Chairez fight, burnt on the Quinones fight, burnt on the Lunas fight, and then burnt a little bit on the Marshall fight. So I thought the reads were okay. It just, Edgar Chairez didn't show any urgency at all. It was very, very frustrating. This guy's a killer. He didn't look like a killer Saturday night. I'm not convinced that Chairez even won the fight. Like, it was a very, very close fight. So, yeah, it's been a rough skid for me to start the year. It's not my worst skid of all time, but it's getting pretty close. So we need to bounce back this week. I have 1 bet in thus far, and I'm going to really try to pick my spots and pick them carefully and get back on the winning track and start a winning streak in March. It's a new month, new face tattoo, new me. And we're going to smash it at UFC 326. Weezy, any thoughts on UFC AIDS?
Yeah, it wasn't good for me either. I got rinsed out there. I only had 1 winning bet, and it was because, for some reason, I don't understand how the market got to minus 500 on Zellhuber. I mean, I was sitting there going, what is going on behind the scenes that I don't know? How can you blow it as a minus 800 favorite against Michael Johnson? And then in the very next fight, as if it never happened, the market puts you up at minus 500, over 83% implied probability. I just didn't understand it. So I had 1 unit on Bobby Green plus 3.5 points handicap. That cashed at plus 225. And I had 2 money line bets that I didn't hate, right? I got Marlon Vera at plus 265. And first round was close, second round was close, and Marlon beat the fuck out of him in round 3. But Martinez has got a great chin. That kid is really durable because he stood up to an ass whooping there in the third round. But I wish that, Marlon, I think he slipped in round 1 and he got taken down and spent the second half of the round on his back, and that cost him round 1. And Round 2, Martinez was landing some nice strikes on the feet, but Vera was right there with him. It was a close fight going into that 3rd round, and then Marlon really took over, but I didn't hate that bet at plus 265, but obviously it didn't cash. The other one I had was Macy Chase on at plus 155. And after round 1, I was like, man, we got this. She's way bigger than Aylin. She's way more physical than Aylin, and she's going to be able to win the minutes on the feet, but she slips in the 2nd round and gets taken down, and then the fat, incompetent ref stands them back up. And then what happens, Brady? She slips again. She slips again in the 2nd round and then slips in the 3rd round, too, on another kick. There were like banana peels all over the octagon for Macy. So she wound up losing rounds 2 and 3, didn't cash that underdog bet. I had some small prop plays. I tried a Wes Schultz by sub prop. That obviously didn't work out very well. I tried a Brandon Moreno by KO prop, and boy, that was wild, man. Like by the end of round 3, I actually thought that Brandon Moreno was going to come back and win that fight. I'm like, man, Kavanaugh didn't get him out of there. Short notice, 5 rounds, elevation, first 5-round fight for him. I thought Moreno was going to turn the tide of that fight, but what a performance by Lonnie Kavanaugh there. It was great to see King Green like just go out there and turn back the clock against that bum Zellhuber.
Oh,
that was pretty sweet. And then I had what really hurt me was I had Felipe Bunis by 1st round submission. He gets onto his back and has his back for 4 minutes, but never really gets anywhere close to completing the choke. I had the under 1.5 rounds in the Bunis-Chairez fight because kind of felt like if Bunis didn't, get him out of there in the 1st, he might get finished early in the 2nd. But he showed the best cardio that we've ever seen him have. I mean, we saw fighters that have never been finished get finished, and it just keeps happening, like, I don't know. I mean, like Zellhuber got finished by a 39-year-old man. I never thought that dude would get finished, it just keeps happening where you see some of these guys that you think would have glass chins go out there and be durable for 3 rounds. Guys that are, 100% finish rates, guys like Chairez, you think they're going to go out there and finish a gasser like Bunis, didn't come anywhere close. So, yeah, it was a wild card. And then I lost a unit on Jose fucking Medina, Brady. Yeah, so it could have been 2.75 unit loss, but no, 3.75 units, betting on maybe the worst fighter to ever do it, Jose Medina, the WOT. 41 seconds it took Ryan Gandra to dispose of him, and Jose Medina landed 0 significant strikes in that effort. Yeah, so that was a rough. It was the viewers' fault. We needed to get 250 likes, right? 150 likes, which we've never gotten before.
Geez.
Which we've never gotten before live, and we wound up getting well over 200 because our audience hates their Uncle Weezy and wanted them to see him lose money on Jose Medina, which I did. I took it like a man. I tracked it. Was one of the only idiots to track a bet on Jose Medina this week. Risked my reputation, for this. And what happens? Horseshit stoppage. Complete horseshit stoppage. Medina was just getting warmed up, Looked like the fight was fixed by a crooked ref because Medina was just starting to roll downhill. I don't know if you noticed, but he was kind of playing that Muhammad Ali rope and dope. He was kind of shucking and jiving out there. He was making Gandra miss, and then the ref comes in there, stops it too early, screws Uncle Weezy out of a unit. But I'm used to it at this point, Brady. I'm used to it, man.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. But yeah, we're not betting on like Cody Brundage this week. We're not doing that this week.
I don't care how many likes we get.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. Like I'm not betting on Cody Brundage for a couple hundred likes. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, we got Ryan Gandra in the chat, Brady, and I'll be looking to fade his ass next time out when he fights someone with a pulse.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll be looking to fade his ass, but great job knocking out Jose Medina. That was a great first fight. Obviously the ref screwed Medina, but here it is what it is.
And then they cut Medina.
Yeah, I heard that too. I mean, like The guy's been screwed out of 4 wins, and then they cut him like it's his fault. Justice for JDM, man. We need to bring him back.
Looks like they cut Medina and they cut Bunis.
I'm not surprised with Bunis because that was the last fight on his deal. He went 1-3, I think, right?
Yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised because Bunis put on a show.
He looked good. I thought he looked pretty dang good.
He's getting old, though. You know, Bunis is a little bit old for a flyweight. Like, I think he's pushing 36, 37. So maybe that's why they cut him.
So it looks like Eric Silva's still on the roster, as is Angel Pacheco as of now. So maybe we'll get to see.
I think Silva still has one more fight on his contract. Now, he got signed like 5 years ago, but he still has only fought 3 times.
We'll see him in 2030.
He hasn't fought once, if you think about it.
Yeah, we'll see him in like 2030.
Oh my God! Yeah, he's gonna be a 41-year-old featherweight getting in there as a plus 2,000 underdog in his next fight.
I know. All right, let's get to the chat, guys. We got Dixon Sider, first one in the building. Dear Braden Weezy, guess who just joined? Patchy Mix, Jacqueline Mareem, Isaac Dolgarian, Malcolm Wellmaker, and Charles Johnson on the 2026 McDonald's roster. One Daniel the Golden Boy Zellhuber. Yes, sir. He did it again. Again.
Thank God he sucks because at least I won one bet.
Yeah. Good thing he's absolutely sting. I remember we were watching the fight together. All I could think about was this guy stinks.
I know, right?
All I could say is, holy crap, this guy stinks. He's stinking it up out there in Mexico City. So, yeah, I mean, Daniel Shelby has now dropped the ball like 4 times as a favorite, 3 times as a massive favorite. We got Elijah one in the building. What is up? Moment of silence for the real JDM. Yeah, I don't know why they cut him. I don't get that. I don't get that one. He's still
the real. So much more to give.
I know. Wait, I thought Dixon was Buffo or Bufo.
I thought so too, but I think they are. I think that
confused.
Yeah,
I'm very confused. What's up, Bufo? Zellhuber is a carbuncle on the face of the lightweight division. Exile him to the Isle of Arse.
The Isle of Arse.
Don't get me wrong. I don't mean that in a bad way, but for the love of God, come on, man. Yeah, it's bad, man. They need to. I'm surprised they didn't cut him yet. I would have cut him in between the first round. I mean, he looked awful.
I would have cut him after the Trey Ogden fight.
Yeah, that was just brutal.
Yeah.
We got the Otter Bomb in the building. I was so excited to watch Medina throw at least one punch and maybe sidestep. He just backed up and ate it. He ate like a 30 punch and elbow combination. It was crazy.
Yeah.
We got Jeffrey. Come on. I'm here for the gangbang. And then we got T Cars with the Zellhuber getting knocked out picture. We got AJ saying, why is Eric Silva in the UFC one of the worst horseshit fighters we've ever seen in there? Yeah, I don't know, man. So bad. Was hoping he can last at least 5 minutes with Marshall, but not even close. His submission defense was worse than Alexander Romanov's submission defense. He literally gave up the choke. He didn't fight the hands, put both hands on his mat. I think he needs to attend Dan Levy's jiu-jitsu class. What is it, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays?
I believe it's Mondays and Wednesdays. Team Octopus stand up, and he can get in that beginner's class, and Dan can show him some basic techniques. Like, for instance, both hands on the mat, really bad idea. Whether you're on the bottom or on the top, right? Even if you're on top, you put those hands on the mat, that's going to be problems. Somebody's going to get an overhook. They're going to start setting up some submissions. Very, very bad idea. And when you're getting choked, Brady, right?
You got to fight the hands.
You got to fight the hands. You know,
didn't even try to fight the hands.
First, You know what fight I watched right before the show started was Cedricus Dumas versus Dante Johnson.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And Johnson just starts to set up a choke, and then Dumas puts up the hand like he's getting ready to tap. Didn't even have the thing in yet. And then Cormier's like, oh my God, Dumas is going to tap. And like 10 seconds later, he taps. That was hilarious. But yeah, you want to fight the hands, folks, you know. But Eric Silva can figure that out. He's still got a lot of tread left on the tires, Brady.
Oh gosh, I think the tread's all gone, man. I think it's all gone. We got Bung Hoots in the building. What is up? We got Jake in the building. Oh, yeah. And by the way, you guys can vote to see who needs to get some help. We got 4 great options on there this week. Pouring out from Medina. I couldn't believe it when they cut them, man. If the stream gets 500 likes, Weezy will put a unit on Brundage. Oh God, I don't think 500 is worth it, man. It's just not worth it to watch him cover up and do the corpse guard out there. Has there been a more hyped prospect that turned out to be a bigger bust than Zellhuber? It's between Zellhuber or Apache Mix. Both completely busted pretty badly.
Yeah.
Zellhuber has been so overpriced by the bookies, he stinks. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Brady, will you sing something about the Cranberries if we get 250 likes tonight? Sure, because there's no way we get 250 likes. We set a like record last week on Stat Tickers, by the way. I think we almost got 400 likes on Stat Tickers. It was something crazy. But yeah, sure, Forrest, I got you.
And let's have a night, boys. Down from Ryan Gandra. That's what we got.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. We got John in the building. Let's have a night, boys. Fresh Jack and Coke. There we go. Enjoy it.
Nice.
Enjoy it. We got the high out. Oi, what is up? And Brady, best in the business. Best in the business time as usual. Yes, sir. Moreno needs help. Yeah, he does. Oh, they showed Zellhuber's family in the crowd too before his beating. Oh gosh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Moment of silence for the Jose Medina bet. You win some, you lose some. I don't think it was the worst bet in the world. Actually, it couldn't have went any worse, to be honest.
It was the worst bet in the world. I mean, you find me a worse bet than Jose Medina, man. Like any of the fights. I mean, you have to go back to Robert Valentin against Ateba Gautier. You know, there are very few bets where you could have possibly done worse than betting on Medina versus Gandra. Gandra absolutely destroyed him.
Anyone else totally disagree with the Charez decision? I know a lot of people that did. I thought that Charez stole back the second round like the last 10 seconds, but regardless, it was a pretty bad performance, I thought, from Charez. We got Brandon saying y'all should check out the Brady and Weezy Fight Companions. If you haven't been watching, they're fun. We like to have a lot of fun on the Fight Companions for sure.
Yeah, we will continue to have fun on the Fight Companions. No more fun on Stat Diggers. We're going to be stoic. We're going to be like Germans here. Just facts, everything straight to the point. No humor whatsoever.
Yeah. No more having fun.
No, none.
We got Nathan checking in from X. What is up, Nathan? Nearly on time. Yeah, we were on time tonight. Can we hear the Ricky Turcios inspired? Come on. I've told the story too much, man. Brady Garbrandt getting face tattoos with the boys. Yes, man. Yeah, I got the face. Let's see if I can pull up the full screen on it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does, dude. That's a quality. Yeah. And I mean, like, the time to get that is now. Not when you're 40. Get it now.
But I messed up. I didn't realize that me and my wife have a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
With the kid?
Yeah. We're all going.
So you're gonna be looking like a deadbeat dad.
No. I told her
I just got out of prison, so this is my first doctor's appointment with my son.
I told her that I don't want to take. It's going to be hell to take it. This is supposed to last like 1 to 2 weeks. This tattoo, so it's going to be a really big pain in the ass trying to take this face tattoo off. But it needs to come off by this doctor's appointment. Apparently, I said I would wear like shades and a hat, but she said no. So.
Shades indoors at a doctor's appointment is a prick move, dude.
Well, I don't see the problem, to be honest, but I guess this is our brand new doctor, and I need to make a good impression. I guess is what she's saying.
Okay.
Brady with the no love face tattoo. Brady actually look pretty tough with the tat. I don't mind it, man. I don't mind the face tat look. You look like Post Malone with the face tat. Hey, I'm a big Post Malone fan. The big penis surely got it done. I mean, poor Wes Schultz. Party time. The party was canceled. The cops showed up. They said, "Hey, everybody, get out of here. Go home. This party's over. Get out."
Yeah, that was like a high school party that the cops busted. Party time is over. And Wes had a rough night. That was a rough night at the office, man. He couldn't get the takedowns. Pinas was just cracking him. That was a rough one.
Yeah, it was rough. Brady and his AIDS. Yeah, I definitely have AIDS. Zellhuber was losing the second round and thought, how can I make this even more pathetic than losing a decision to Bobby Green? I should get KO'd. It's why I get fired. Oh, my gosh. I mean, Lance Gibson Jr. put up a better performance against King Green than Zellhuber did. I mean, it was crazy. We got Skittles in the building. What's up, Skittles? Good to see you. Appreciate you, man. We got Red Pill in the building. What is up? The tattoo. No. It was that did not give me AIDS. Ryan Gandra in the building. What is up, Ryan Gandra? Good to see you. We got Dan from Half the Battle checking in. What's up? Smash the like button for my brother Brady and Uncle Wheezy, and pray for immediate help for Zelhuber. I'm praying. I've been praying the last 48 hours. We got Philip in the building, the new Tat Rock. If people like it, maybe I'll get it for real, man. Maybe I'll do it. Ruin my life. Oh, and by the way, I put the face tat on, and I go up to my son, and he's like, "Daddy, leave." He kept telling me to leave. "Daddy, go away." It's like, what? And he made like the saddest face ever with the face tat. He didn't want me to sit by him or even be in the same room with him, so I had to leave the room.
Oh my God, your son doesn't even like you anymore.
I know, but he warmed up to it. He warmed up to the face tat, and now everything's good. But he kept telling me to leave and go away. He's not a big fan of tattoos. I just noticed that face tat, Stat Digger's hands down the best MMA show out right now. Appreciate that. Machine Gun Macy do be slipping. I mean, I didn't have I couldn't believe my eyes, man. I couldn't believe my eyes with that fight. Macy just kept slipping. It was crazy. Didn't land a single strike. Hey, he almost did. Unk, if the stream is 200 likes, Parley of the 3 Codys. What is that? Cody Brundage, Garbrandt,
and who else?
Durden.
Wow, that would be a big plus money play.
That'd be a massive.
All right, Cody plus 25, 125. Cody Durden plus 125. Cody Brundage plus 475. That's 28 to 1, dude.
There we go.
Quarter unit wins 7 units. And I think Cody Garbrandt is live. I think Cody Durden is live. And Dante Johnson could get shot by somebody in the crowd, potentially.
Yeah.
You know, that's happened before, I think.
Yeah, it could happen. You never know. Hit the like button. Agreed. Yeah, let's see. If we get like 150 likes tonight, I'll take the biggest whiff of my Douglas Silva de Andrade shirt. And by the way, I need to throw it away. So I'll take a big whiff and then go throw it away. If we get 200 likes, I'll put it on and wear it for the rest of the show. I think that'll be fun. So yeah, why not? But if we get 1,000 likes, me and Weezy will both put a unit on Brundage. Deal?
Yeah, 1,000 likes. We're in.
1,000 likes and we're in. No more.
I'll DM him. I'll DM him on Twitter and invite him on the show.
Yeah, no more 150 BS. We're not doing that. It's getting too easy. We got Boogie. What's up? We got Dan with the $9.99. Appreciate you, Dan. He says we're paying for Eric Silva's BJJ fundamentals classes. There we go. We need to make a GoFundMe for Eric Silva. Ship him out to Team Octopus and teach him how to defend a rear naked choke, because that was pathetic. That was almost as pathetic as Alexander Romanov defending the choke against Jonathan Almeida. You remember that? Yeah, Jonathan had the choke fully locked in, and Romanov lifted up his head and went like this, and then tapped out shortly.
Yeah, I know.
Appreciate you, Dan. Can't wait for these fights. Me too. Gazelle here was just awful, man. Awful. Do you guys live bet on the fight companion? It's tough, but yeah, I would like to try to start doing that more, but it's tough to kind of, check and do the commentary and all that. But yeah, I would like to start doing some more live betting if there's some opportunities for sure. How'd you got Jelly Roll as a guest? I don't know, man. I don't know. Tell the doctors a tattoo of a very expensive samurai sword.
And then start making small talk with the doctor about samurai swords over and over and over again. It would be a great first impression. That's how you impress people.
It would be impressive. Brady, you should try and get people's reactions like when you go to the doctor, dentist, grocery store, and upload to YouTube. It'd be funny, man. It'd be funny. I will do the tattoo for you. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think it'd be a good decision, to be honest. Even this, like, my family wasn't too happy with this tonight. Imagine how O'Malley's kids feel. Come on. Let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, King Green was out wrestling Zill. He was just, it was all King Green. It was hilarious. Question, Brady, if we get $100 in super chats, will you boil the Douglas over the Andrade jersey in a pot and drink the water like it's tea? No, that's not worth dying. That's the sickest thing. And we've heard a lot of sick things on this show. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Brady, ass or tits? Ass. Absolutely ass. What is this? What's wrong with people? Brady's face is sore. Put some lotion on me, playa. I have a feeling this is like Dixon with this. This is a Dixon burner account, isn't it? Oh gosh. All right. Let's go. Okay. Eileen Perez sponsors. We got to hit her up, but we do have a sponsor, guys. We are sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Right now, if you got Underdog Fantasy, new customers will get $75 in bonus funds free when you place your first $5 lineup using code DFSBTN. So we do have a sponsor, and it is not Eileen Perez or her butthole. It is Underdog Fantasy. So check out Underdog. Use that code DFSBTN. All right, and then lastly here, the piping finally came through easy. The piping of the week was Imanol Rodriguez to pipe El Gallo Negro, Kevin Borjas on site this Saturday, and he did exactly that. He, battled some adversity in the first round, got dropped multiple times, and came back and then knocked out Borjas in the second. So the piping of the week, it does come through, not with flying colors, but it comes through nonetheless. So very happy with that. The milking of the week, I don't know what we were thinking here. I think we just did this as a joke. Wes Schultz to milk Damian Penis, milking Penis.
Yeah. And it didn't work out. Yeah.
It did not work out. I guess the second option would have probably been Charez, and that didn't work out either. Yeah. Or like Marshall. But regardless, Wes Schultz did not milk Penis. Penis pipe Schultz on site. I don't think we did a parlay. I don't think we did a Stat Tickers parlay. Did we? I don't think we did. I think we skipped
but we did an underdog parlay.
We did an underdog play, and your leg or your part hit. What was yours? The
Marlon Vera lower than 51.5 significant strikes, and I think he landed 42.
And then I had the Carrascate lower, but
you had the higher.
Oh, the higher.
Yeah. But her opponent Montenegro fell out, and then she landed like 150 strikes on that other girl. It was a high volume fight.
Yeah. So it hit. This show is so good. Hey, appreciate you, man. All right, we're gonna get into it, guys. Here, we're gonna get into it, and let us start with the first fight of the card. It is going to be Rafael Tobias going against Dr. Nurgozhay. We got Rafael Tobias, 22 years old, 6'2" with a 74-inch reach. Nurgozhay, 28 years old, 6'2" with a 74-inch reach. We got Tobias 6 years younger, same height, same reach. We got Tobias making his debut. He got a submission win in his Dana White's Contender Series fight against Yair de Oliveira. As far as Nurgozhay, he got a second-round knockout win on the Contender Series. He lost to Brenton Hibero by submission, and then he lost to Uran Saltybaliev by submission. So kind of a brutal fight to kick off the card, Weezy. And this guy, Nurgozhay, I'm completely out on him at this point. He showed up for the Hibero fight. He missed weight by 10 pounds? It was something crazy, wasn't it?
It was a lot. For a 205 guy to weigh in at 212 or something like that, it was disgraceful. So
not only that, he looked horrible. He looked absolutely horrible against Brenton Hibero. I thought he was sick or something or injured. I don't know what was up with Nurgozhay in that fight, Weezy, but he looked awful. He got dropped by Brenton Hibero. I'm like, what's going on? And then he gets Kimura'd. He gets Kimura'd by Brenton Hibero. And then the next fight, I don't bet on him, but I'm like, yeah, maybe he can go out there and beat Uran Saltybaliev. Maybe he got had the UFC jitters. It's his debut. He missed weight. Maybe he was sick or injured. Let's forgive him. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
Let's see what this guy's about. And then I'm watching the Uran Saltybaliev fight, and he gets dropped again by Uran Salty Baldiev. And then he almost gets Kimura again. He gets into a very, very close Kimura. I'm like, there's no way this guy's about to get Kimura in back-to-back fights. It'd be hilarious. And then he ends up losing in even more hilarious fashion. He gets Ezekiel choked. He gets Ezekiel choked. Like, what's going on, Dr. Nurgozhay? Why are you getting Ezekiel choked? Like, this is not Alexia Oleinik. You know, I wonder how many Ezekiel chokes there have been in the UFC, Weezy, that have not been Alexia Oleinik. Probably not many. You can probably count on one hand how many there's been. And this guy got Ezekiel choked by Uran Salty Baldiev in the very first round. So it's like, you know, this guy, he looks horrible. He's looked god-awful thus far in the UFC. I had a lot higher hopes for him, but these last two performances, they couldn't have gone any worse. And now they're going against Tobias here. They call him bipolar. And he is bipolar. I mean, go watch this guy's fights. He's all happy. He's smiling. And then once that fight starts, man, he turns it on. He gets pissed off in there. And he has a lot of power. He can take you down. And he can sub you. And I think that's probably what happens here. I mean, if he can take Nurgozhay down, he's probably going to sub him. And it's probably going to be with something hilarious. We could see a Kimura. We could see an Ezekiel choke. We could see a toe hold. We could see a Von Flue. It's going to be a hilarious submission for Rafael Tobias. So I was thinking, hey, maybe look at the Tobias submission prop. And I was laughing at this with you earlier. The submission prop for Tobias is plus 165. Like, come on. So I will not be touching this fight with the 10-foot pole, but there is no way I would put money on really either one of these guys, but especially DR, especially after these last two fights. So it's a pass for me, Weezy. Kind of a disgusting fight for a numbered card, but what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, you know, when you sign 40 people every year from the Contender Series, you're going to wind up getting a lot of fights just like this one here. And this is one of those ones where you're just like, okay, this, you know, what are we going to do with this one? Because Dr. Nurgozhay was minus 400 in his UFC debut against Brenson Ribeiro. He goes out there, misses weight by a ton, and then goes out there and gets Kimura. Then he goes out there and he gets his ass shaved by Uran Salty Baldiev. Almost gets Kimura, gets Ezekiel choked. You know, so and that was as a pick'em this time. So we went from minus 400 to a pick'em. And now where is he sitting? Plus 170-ish?
Yeah, he's sitting around plus 185, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so like that's the great thing about this sport. Is that short-term recency bias can be a great buying opportunity in certain situations. But my God, this guy Nurgozhay has looked absolutely awful since being in here. You know, I mean, right now, I'm almost willing to say that let's get Zellhuber out of Team Octopus's BJJ fundamentals class, and maybe we could get Dr. Nurgozhay in there.
No, they wouldn't let him in.
You don't think they'd let him in, dude? He's strong. He's got some kind of ceiling. You see this guy, the way he's built, he's huge, you know? So like, you can't just try to get out of every move with strength. But if he went to go see Dan Levy and the folks over there, he could get some fundamentals training, right? And that could really help him out, you know, because right now he stinks, dude. And I don't know how this happened. Like he beat Emiliano Sorde on the regional scene. You know, he was winning fights in Niza FC, and it looked like he was going to come in with a decent amount of steam. He was young. He was undefeated. And now, just 2 fights later, after being 10-0 and going into the Ribeiro fight as a minus 400 favorite, this guy is persona non grata. And I don't know anybody that's going to be willing to put their money on this guy after the way he's looked in his last 2 fights. But what, you know, like this guy Tobias, he's still not even 23 years old. He's only been fighting professionally for 3 years and 11 months. This guy hasn't even been a pro for 4 years, yet he has 15 fights. So this guy's just showing up every 2 or 3 months, fighting, shaving someone's ass and getting out of there. And 12 of his 15 fights have ended inside the distance. So you could see why the market's got this priced 80% to finish inside the distance. Nurgozhay's looked like hot ass on the ground. And this guy Tobias, you know, he looks like he could punch a hole through a wall. So, I mean, he's probably going to get Nurgozhay out of there. But that's what I said about the great thing about MMA is that these bounce back spots sometimes do come for a 28-year-old guy in Nurgozhay Maybe he was battling injuries or he had some shit going on over the last couple, year and a half that he's ready to bounce back from, maybe. But I mean, how do you back this guy right now after those last 2 performances, man? And it's not like Brenson Ribeiro in Urine Salty Baldy ever the guys that you got to, you're like, wow, you're going to lose to those guys. I mean, if you're not beating those guys in this division, you're not going to be around for long.
No, it's been bad, man. So I got Tobias. I'm thinking maybe a toe hold. There's been 1 toe hold in UFC history. Maybe we make it 2 this Saturday. Could see maybe a calf slicer. We've seen, I think, only 2 or 3 of those in UFC history. Could see.
I'm thinking a bulldog choke, just a schoolyard choke where the 6th grader on the 3rd grader, make them say uncle before the teachers peel you off of them.
The Volante choke. We could see
a buddy cop show with Dr. Nurgozhay.
Yes.
It's somebody else. I don't know. It would have to probably be Urine Salty Baldiev.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're going to see something crazy. We're going to see a twister, a Suleyev stretch. I mean, this guy's been submitted hilariously in his last 2 fights. So, yeah, I'm going toe hold. I think it's going to be a toe hold for Tobias. You heard it here first. Give me the toe hold. Yeah, horrible fight to bet on. Let's see. So, yeah, Tobias, he opened up minus 300, currently minus 220. Nurgozhay opened up plus 250, currently plus 185. The over under set at 1.5. It's a straight pick, a minus 110 to the over, minus 110 to the under. I think it'd be irresponsible to put any money on this fight personally, but it'll be interesting. It'll be hilarious. I'm looking forward to it for the fight companion. It's gonna be very funny when this guy Nurgozhay taps to a Suleyev stretch or something. So
it's gonna be a straight arm bar.
It's gonna be something stupid. So we'll see. It's gonna be something crazy. All right.
It's gonna be an arm triangle choke from the wrong side.
Yes.
Like when Prochnio got choked out by Bukowskis.
Yes. Or it could be the Dumas choke, which it's not even locked in. It's not even
hands up, ready to tap. As soon as the arm gets near your neck, you're like, all right, I'm ready. And there we go.
The Dumas choke. Hilarious. Question for Prophet Wizaya. Is your patented fraudometer going off in the presence of Dr. Nurgozhay?
So when I usually call somebody a fraud, it's not usually because of what I've seen on camera from them. It's just what I've seen from their resume. If somebody is trying to get into the UFC, but they've never fought anybody with a pulse, but they have like 15 fights, that's when I start using like the fraud word. When you're in these regional scene promotions that like where you're never fighting anybody that has a chance to win, that's usually when I'm seeing him. Like that wasn't Nurgozhay. He came in, like if you're beating Emiliano Sordi's been around the block. Yeah, he's not good anymore, but like he's a veteran. He's fought everybody. So, getting a win over an experienced veteran like that when you're like 25, 26 years old, that's kind of a big deal. But some of these guys that they come in with less than great records, and their wins are against all low-level opponents. And that's usually when I'm calling someone a fraud.
Yeah, this guy's a fraud, man. This guy's an absolute fraud. I mean, how do you miss weight by 12 pounds? Like,
that's just crazy at 205 too.
Tobias sub. Yeah, I was thinking Tobias sub as well, but I mean, it's plus 165.
On it.
Probably one of the worst ass sub props I've seen in a very long time. He literally has Tourette's. He didn't tap against both. He was just trying to do his tick. That's a good point. Maybe he wasn't trying to tap because he does have that. He has something going on.
He's got the exact same tick that the other Kazakh has, Ismagulov.
Yeah,
they're always touching their eye.
I know. So maybe he's trying to touch his eye, and they called it a tap. That's a good point. So maybe he hasn't been submitted yet. Who gets Ezekiel'd in 2025? This guy, man. Getting Ezekiel choked from guard is unforgivable. And it's not like he was like exhausted. It was the first round, Weezy. It was the very first round. Oh, gosh.
At least Volante got Volante choked in the third.
Yes. Tato Vivasa got Ezekiel choked by Volkov. That's right. He did. I cashed Salty Baldia by sub plus 1050. Nice. That'd have been amazing. Yeah, we could see a toe hold. Those toe holds will get you, man. Let's see here. Did you see Arman Sarukian punch the ref? I saw they got into a little scrap. Arman Sarukian and somebody else.
I didn't see the scrap actually, but I remember he pulled some shit on Bobby Green. He like walked up on Bobby Green in the lobby of the hotel with like 6 dudes behind him while Bobby Green was sitting by himself, and then just started like throwing shots at him. I mean, it was weird. It's like, dude, what are you, 12?
Yeah,
who pulls that shit? What are you, in fucking high school?
Yeah. Boston Crab. We can see the first Boston Crab in UFC history.
Nice, dude. Maybe like a Greg the Hammer Valentine figure 4 leg lock. Yes. That would be pretty sweet too.
Sorry, I'm late, but took green decision. That had to suck because the people were there on green decision. Like it was right there, and then this bum Zellhuber got knocked out.
Zellhuber lost every minute of the fight, and
every second.
And I was like 5 seconds behind you with my stream, behind your stream when we were doing the live stream. And every time you'd go, oh, I thought it was Zellhuber getting back in the fight. But every time it was Green tagging him, like, oh man, that was wild.
It was wild. Fun fact, Charles got the first ever cap in the slicer in the UFC. That is a fun fact. We'll be talking about Charles later, man. Nurgozhay needs fundamental help, agreed.
Yeah, he does.
Nurgozhay is a fighter with that weird tick, right? Yes. That is him. I want to hit that 100 likes so Weezy can pick a crazy bet. I mean, people were loving it, man. We got a record number of likes. Let's see here. The first ever Wet Willy submission. I can see it. Anything's possible with this guy Nurgozhay. But let's move on to a better fight. Not much better, not much better, but hey, we're working our way up. We're slowly working our way up step by step. We're starting at the bottom. We're taking a step up, and we're going with Alberto Montes going against Ricky Turcios. We got Alberto Montes, 31 years old, 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. Ricky Turcios, 32 years old, 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. We got Montes 1 year younger. Turcios with a 2-inch height advantage and a 2-inch reach advantage. Turcios is 2-3 in his last 5 fights. A decision win against Brady Heastan, a decision loss against Ayman Zahabi, a decision win against Kevin Natividad, a submission loss to Rosas Jr., and then a decision loss to Bernardo Sopai. As far as Alberto Montes, he got a submission win against Carlos Calderon on the Contender Series. I think it was a while ago at that point. I mean, like maybe a year and a half ago since this guy's been in the cage. So this is a weird one, Weezy, because I think Ricky Turcios is a live dog. It's just this guy is so frustrating to bet on. I feel like he's not all there, both in the cage and outside the cage. I feel like he's not all there. And this guy Montes is like a front choke merchant, and he's very good at his front chokes. Don't get me wrong. I think he's got 3 or 4 front chokes in a row, and he's going to attack them and be very aggressive with them. On the feet, he's kind of low volume, but he does go for it. He does throw hard. I think he's going to have a power advantage, but I think minute for minute, like this could be close. Ricky Turcios needs to absolutely watch his neck if he's going to shoot in to get takedowns. I don't know. I've been out on Ricky Turcios ever since the Zahabi fight. We know the story with that one. So I want to pick Montes to win the fight, but he's making his debut. He's been out for a year and a half, and I don't think he's the best minute winner. If this goes to decision, I think it could be close, where Montes probably lands the bigger shots, maybe has a couple chokes, maybe locked in. And I think if there is a finish, it's going to be like a Montes sub. So I ever so slightly lean Montes. I'm just not running to the window because I think Ricky Turcios could potentially have some success here. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be a really fun fight, but I just don't want to have my money on either one of these guys. I don't want to back Turcios because he just kind of goes out there and just fights. Like, doesn't look like there's any kind of game plan at all. It's just, go out there and just spam volume. Hopefully, your opponent's trying to get takedowns that you can stuff, because that's when Turcios kind of looks at his best, because he can scramble, he can make you pay if you're shooting in from too far out, and he throws a ton of volume. He's attempting 16.2 distance strikes per minute. He attempts 4.5 takedowns per 15 minutes. He spends just as much time in control time positions as he does at range. So he fights in these high-paced fights, and I kind of like what I saw from Montes. He's aggressive on the feet, and the guy's always looking to wrap up your neck, which means that, it doesn't matter where you are in the cage. Like, this guy will be in the clinch, and he'll jump straight up in the air just to get an angle on your neck and start looking for it. If you put your head down around this guy when you're close to him, he is going to look to snatch up an anaconda from whatever angle. It doesn't matter with what arm. He's just looking to choke you out. But the thing is that this guy, Montes, is 31 years old. He's been a pro for 13 years, Brady. 13 years. He's got 12 fights. How the fuck are you a pro fighter for 13 years and you can't even show up once a year to fight? This guy's on an 18-month layoff. What the hell is he doing? You get a UFC contract and you just take a year and a half off for what? So I mean, I can't back him either. A front choke merchant, where if he doesn't get the front choke, how is he going to win minutes against a volume monster like Turcios? So I don't want to back either one of these guys, man. You can't back a debutante on an 18-month layoff who fights less than once a year. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either. But Montes minus 185 opener, currently minus 185. Turcios opened up plus 160, currently plus 160. Let's see, like Montes by submission could be interesting. It opened up plus 275. It's currently plus 235. He will go for it a lot. So, and then Turcios by decision could also be interesting, which is plus 300. But yeah, I just don't have a ton of faith in either one of these guys. Maybe Turcios on DraftKings, because I think if Turcios wins, he does have that volume, like you said, and maybe can put up a good score on DK. But outside of that, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't believe that we're already at 100 likes.
Wow.
Usually it takes to the end of the show.
People must think I'm actually betting Brundage.
Oh my god!
They think I'm going to do it.
No, it's because I said I was going to put on the Douglas Silva de Andrade shirt at 200. And I'm going to take a big whiff at 150. They want to see me die, the first death on YouTube.
They want to see you use that shirt like a tea bag. And put it in some hot water, and then
I can't believe Dixon said that.
Our audience is a little bit vindictive, aren't they?
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Nurgozhay did have his coach like spit a ton of water in his face, only to get Kimura the next round. Oh gosh! Come on! Oh, don't forget Ricky Turcios learned everything he knows from Alex Morono. Let that speak volume. Did he say that? Oh gosh. Oh boy.
I have no idea. I didn't know that was true, but I think Turcios is a Texas guy, so good chance they train together. Maybe.
Sit this one out if smart. Yeah, I just don't really see an angle for this one personally. It's probably a dog or pass, but putting money on Turcios. And by the way, Turcios is coming up a weight class as well.
Yeah.
So something else to be wary of.
Both of these guys are on long layoffs. Seems like how many fights has Turcios had canceled recently? It's been a lot, hasn't it?
The Smotherman fault. Well, the Smotherman wasn't really his fault.
The Smotherman wasn't, and also he had Raul Rosas pull out on him on fight night, didn't he? Like an hour before they were supposed to fight in Mexico City, Rosas decided he wasn't going to fight. The Sopai fight was supposed to happen, but Turcios missed weight, and that one was screwed. And then Smotherman face planted at the weigh-ins in January. Okay,
yeah, bum fight. You said it, not me. I don't think Montes is a bum, to be honest. I think depending on some of these matchups, he can get some wins and some stubs in the UFC.
Potentially,
yeah. Montes is busy banging Jade Durand, no energy for training. That'll do it.
I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay.
I looked her up though. Her name is Jade the Princess Durand.
Oh, is she a fighter?
She's a fighter.
Okay.
Looks like maybe Bellator. I don't know. But yeah, Jade Durand. 1K likes. One day. Bolanos and Montes look like the same person. They do look pretty similar. What? We love our mentally ill MMA community. Yes, some of you guys need to see a counselor or something, man. Seems like a guaranteed over, so I'll hammer the under 2.5. There you go. It should go over outside of like a Montes front choke. She's beautiful. Yeah. Good looking gal. All right.
Okay.
Let's keep moving on to the next fight. And like I said, we're working our way up, Weezy. We started from the bottom. We took a step up to Montes Turcios. And now we're going to take one more step up to Luke Fernandez, Rodolfo Bellato. We're still not at the top of the steps yet, but we're working way up. We got Luke Fernandez. He is 30 years old, 6'1" with a 76-inch reach. Rodolfo Bellato, 30 years old, 6'3" with a 75-inch reach. Got the same age there. Bellato with a 2-inch height advantage. So, sorry, I was just picturing Rodolfo Bellato getting knocked out by Igor Pateria and the ref not stopping the fight.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I had Bellato as the ass shaving of the week, and his Pateria was wiping the floor with him. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You're not going to lose to this guy, are you? And yeah, it was only the ref that saved him, because if any other ref was in there, that fight gets stopped. It's over.
Oh
and Bellato probably is out of the UFC because he hasn't won a fight since then. He's at a draw.
Oh,
he faked getting knocked out by Paul Craig for a no contest, and then he lost to Navajo Sterling.
yeah, man. I went back and watched that fight the other day, and I mean, how wasn't that fight stopped? Like, first of all, Pateria was putting it on him on the feet, hurt him badly on the feet, and then he got on top and he started pounding his head into the canvas. Bellato's eyes were in the back of his head. He was out unconscious at least 3 times, and then Pateria gassed himself out trying to finish and got finished himself. But this guy arguably, should have lost to Pateria. But yeah, Fernandez making his debut here. Fernandez is actually pretty well rounded. He has a wrestling background. He can mix in takedowns. He has good cage control. He can push you against the cage, win minutes in the clinch. And then he has a ton of power on the feet and can knock you out. So yeah, Bellato, I think could make this fight very competitive, like minute for minute, but it's like this guy Bellato is very hittable, and I think he's very chinny. I could see Fernandez knocking him out. I could see Fernandez winning minutes against the cage, because we saw Navajo Sterling winning minutes against the cage against Rodolfo Bellato, and Navajo Sterling taking down Rodolfo Bellato. What was that all about? So I think Fernandez has a lot of ways to win this fight. But again, Weezy, we're laying minus 250 on somebody making their debut who, to be honest, this guy Fernandez, he's not really that proven. He's not really fought in anybody. This is going to be his toughest test to date. So I think they're trying to get him a win here, but yeah, we'll see. I got Fernandez here, though. It's really tough for me to pick Bellato. I mean, the Pateria fight was an awful look. I thought getting out wrestled and grappled by Sterling was an awful look. I think Fernandez has a lot of ways to win this fight. So give me Fernandez minus 220. I'm not running to the window. His KO prop is hot ass at minus 140. So I don't know. I don't know, Weezy. What are your thoughts on this fight? Nothing's really sticking out, but I got to go with Fernandez here.
Yeah. I think I got to go with Fernandez too. He does look like a pretty good prospect, right? He looks like a good athlete. He's got power on the feet. He's super aggressive. And like you said, he's got that wrestling background, and like the frame is right for 205. The guy looks like he was carved out of marble. I mean, he's huge. So, and like, dude, I was watching his tape. Did you watch the Jesse Romans fight?
Probably. What happened?
Dude, he was whooping this guy's ass from the first second of the fight. It looked like he was shot out of a cannon. And he just put it on this dude for 2.5 minutes, and that dude hasn't fought since. And then Peter New, he knocked that guy out like 3 times in that fight. And Peter New hasn't fought since.
He has a lot of power.
He does. He's got a lot of power. And it looks like he can go to the wrestling when he feels like he needs to. So he looks like a good prospect. But like you said, there's a ton to prove. This kid only has 6 fights.
Oh,
He's been a pro for less than 3 years. But I think he won the CFFC championship in like the 2nd or 3rd pro fight of his career. So that's a pretty big honor, to get a good regional scene belt 3 fights into your career. That's pretty special. So this kid Fernandez, like, he looks like the best prospect out of the 3 that we've talked about so far. And he does look like he's got quite a bit of upside, still right in his physical prime here at 30 years of age. But he's got a lot of growing to do in terms of growing into being a UFC level mixed martial artist. And we're going to find out a lot about where he is when he gets a guy like Bellato, who's got 17 fights, 4 UFC fights, so this guy's been around the block too. And he's a big physical guy with good Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So it's going to be a good matchup for Fernandez to see where he's at, if he's really ready to win and win consistently at this level. But I think he's going to get it done because, like you said, man, we just haven't seen shit out of Bellato over these last 3 fights where you're like, I want to be backing him with my money right now, especially against a guy like Fernandez who, like, when he beat up that Jesse Romans, it looked like the dude might have owed him money, or that, he might have said something about his mom or something. But I've never seen anything like that, man. He looked like he wanted to kill that guy. He had a takedown where it looked like he tried to put him through the canvas and into the floor, man. He's a really physical, mean dude. So I think he's going to do well if that skill set translates up at this level, and it looks like he has all the tools.
Yeah, I like a lot of these CFFC guys. I like them, man. Outside of Angel Pacheco, I don't like that guy. But a lot of these CFFC guys are pretty dang good, and this guy could be one of them. But I don't think you need to be pretty dang good to beat Bellato, to be honest. So, yeah, Fernandez opened up -110, currently -220. Bellato opened up -110, currently +185. Like I said, the props are hot ass. Fernandez inside the distance, Wheezy, -165. Like, you might as well just play the money line at that point. Fernandez by KO -140, ass. The over-under set at 1.5. The over 1.5 is -120. The under 1.5 is +100. The total is tricky because this guy Fernandez does, push his opponents against the cage a lot more than I'd like to see. So maybe it could squeak over, but if he decides to stay in that range and let his hands go, he's going to knock this guy out. So kind of a tricky total as well.
Yeah, and don't forget Bellato's striking defense is ass.
Hot ass.
Yeah, dude, 51.6%. That stinks, dude.
Yeah. On ice.
On ice, dude. And like usually things don't stink when they're on ice.
I know.
Trust me. So that's bad.
Maybe I should put that Douglas Silva de Andrade shirt and
put it on ice. That'll help too.
Put it on ice. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Oh my
It's gonna melt the ice.
Yeah, it will. Melts my nostrils, just even be in the same room with it. Academy Award nominee Rodolfo Bellato. Yeah, he was so fake. I saw a different angle, I think it was either today or yesterday. Somebody posted the clip. I saw a different angle. He faked the crap out of it. I thought,
oh, really?
I thought his head might have hit the canvas. It didn't.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it didn't really hit the canvas. He did fake the absolute crap out of that. Bellato by DQ. Could see like an illegal up kick, potentially. You could see it. Pop with the like button if y'all want to hear some Cranberries by Brother Brady. We got a lot going on. 150 likes, I'm taking a big whiff of the Silva de Andrade shirt. 200 likes, I'm putting it on. 250 likes, I'm singing some Cranberries. 300 likes, we're taking a shot on Brundage. Oh,
multiple unit shots.
Oh, gosh.
Me and Brady.
I'm ending the stream if we get anywhere near 300. We'll see you guys later. We got X. Hey, you guys gave me a great comeback betting on Rodriguez to win by second round. There you go. And Luna by decision. That must have paid big. Yeah, $17K. Congratulations.
Nice. Huge, Azuro. Glad to hear that, man. Luna by decision was one of the bets that I wanted to make all week and I didn't make. And I had Rodriguez inside the distance in a parlay, but the parlay leg busted because the Chirez fight went to decision.
Oh, yeah.
And the Quinones fight.
Yeah.
I can't believe Quinones Moutinho went to decision.
I'm surprised they didn't cut Quinones yet. I mean, why are you wrestling a punching bag? I mean, you just don't wrestle punching bags. It's just not, it's not something you do. It's not something you do.
Man.
Bellato has not won since the herpes news. Apparently, this guy had a bad case of the herpes, and he hasn't won since. I hate Rodolfo Bellato. Hey, me too. Rob Paul Craig of a win after pulling out the first time. Got dropped by Ihor Pateria. His face makes me violently ill. He also got dropped by Jimmy the Brute Crute and almost finished in that fight too. It's just been a rough go for Rodolfo Bellato. Herpes is undefeated. You got that right. Yeah. Bellato got pulled by the commission for herpes a couple fights ago. Can't trust him to make the walk. Yeah, maybe they'll pull him again. I wouldn't want to fight this guy. I mean, with herpes all over his face.
Yeah, herpes is forever, man. If it was back then, it could be again. So
yeah. Fernandez by second round KO is my Tapology pick here. Not sure if I want to bet it yet. Like Brother Brady, I'm not running to the window. Yeah, I mean, I think he knocks him out. It's just we're not getting the best number on the KO prop. They're kind of all over it. Jason Herzog working this card. That should help play over under bets. Yeah, you got that right. Probably, or in Vegas. Zellhuber is 3-4 in the UFC. I can't believe this guy has 3 wins. Can't believe it. Has Zellhuber been cut yet? He has been a favorite in all 7 fights and lost 4 of those, 3 of which he was a massive favorite. Not yet. And like I said, if they don't cut this guy, I'm gonna have to head out to Vegas, go to the PI with a clipboard, and start getting some signatures and get this guy the hell out of the UFC. I don't want to see him in there ever again. 200 likes. Brady and Wheezy rip the bong live. I don't think we're allowed to do that. We might get kicked off. I think that's a rule. Like you can't hit the bong live. At least I think.
I don't know.
Please don't get that T-shirt out. My TV still has the slight bong. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. February UFC was only 28% KOs. Long-term trend, or are we due for violence? I think we're gonna get back to some violence eventually. We can't be non-violent all year, and it all starts with Dante Johnson. He's gonna get us back. He's gonna get us back. Fun fact: over 50% of U.S. adults 30 years or older have herpes. It ain't that deep. I mean, I have herpes after UFC Mexico City. Believe me. All right, Weezy, let's move on to the next fight. We got Jung Young Lee going against Gaston Bolanos. I don't know. I tried to come up with something. It's been a long day. We got Jung Young Lee. He stinks is what I'm trying to get at. Jung Young Lee, 30 years old, 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. Gaston Bolanos, 33 years old, 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. Jung Young Lee is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Made his debut against Xiao, won that fight by decision. Beat Blake Builder by decision, lost to Hyder Emil by knockout, and lost to Daniel Santos by decision. As far as Bolanos, he is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Made his debut against Aaron Phillips, lost to Marcus McGee by knockout, beat Cortavius Romeus by decision, and then lost to Kwang Bang Lee by submission. I think we're taking a step down on this fight. I don't know. I've never been high on Bolanos. Like, I'm always actively looking to fade this guy. I think this guy has a pretty rough ground game, and we saw that in the Kwang Lee fight. He's been submitted 2 times prior. Aaron Phillips almost submitted this guy, got very close on multiple different occasions. Cortavius Romeus got close as well. So I think the ground game is the big issue for Bolanos. The question is Lee going to go out there and grapple him? Maybe. I think he can maybe mix in some takedowns, but I think these two are going to primarily strike. And Bolanos isn't a bad striker. He comes from a striking background, has a lot of spinning attacks, pretty flashy striker, but he can be hurt. He can slow down. Jung Young Lee coming in here on somewhat short notice. It was supposed to be somebody else. I think somebody else from South Korea even, but the dude had to pull out.
Ju Sang-yu. It was the guy who almost killed Jeka Sergi.
Oh, Ju Sang-yu. Okay, yeah. So it's supposed to be Ju Sang-yu. In steps Jung Young Lee. You know, I think Jung Young Lee probably wins this fight. I think he's probably just a little bit better everywhere. Can mix in the takedowns. I think he's more durable. Better ground game. I lean to the Lee side, but he's a pretty decent sized favorite. Wheezy. Not a big fan of either one of these guys, to be honest, though.
Yeah, me neither. I bet against Jung Young Lee when Xiao fought him, got like plus 170 on Xiao, and Xiao definitely won that fight, but they gave it to Jung Young Lee. The only guy that Lee bought was literally that Lee beat was actually tripping on acid in the octagon when he lost to him. So that's how bad you have to be to lose to Jung Young Lee, because Xiao probably won all 3 rounds of that fight. Blake Builder was tripping. And then he gets knocked out in like 30 seconds by Hyder Emil. And then, I mean, Daniel Santos, you're going to lose to that guy. That guy's a stud. I'm thinking of the other guy.
No, you're not. You got
Gabriel Santos.
Oh, yeah, he lost to Daniel
Santos. Gabriel Santos. He lost to Willie Catch, who moved up from 135 to 145, and for some reason is still knocking dudes up a weight class. So, and Bolanos, good striker, but terrible grappling. And I think that Jung Young Lee might be a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So that might be the way to go for him here, is just, take Bolanos down, take the path of least resistance. Don't make mistakes, though, because if Bolanos gets into top position, he's actually got pretty good ground and pound. But, and at distance striking range, the one striking discipline that I don't care if somebody has a high-level background in is Muay Thai. Muay Thai guys have no defense. So, like, when they come to the UFC, when they no longer have the big gloves, it's much harder for them to defend. Most of them are punching bags. And Bolanos has got a 54% distance striking defense. So, and he's been knocked down before. He's been knocked out before. I'm not a big fan of this guy, but I'm not backing Junyoung Lee at juice either, because I don't think he's any good. I thought he was severely overrated, and I even backed a dude an acid head against him. I mean, I did my share of acid in college, Brady. I did. I had fun. Dude, whenever I did that, I had so much fun. Epic nights, everything like Lord of the Rings. It's just a saga that lasts. It feels like it lasts for 14 hours, but it's really like more like 3 or 4. And you have a great time. Don't like put on the pads and play football if you're tripping acid. Don't get in a cage and fight another grown man if you're tripping acid. That's bad advice. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. And I mean, like, how do you take acid before a UFC fight? I mean, it's one thing if you do it. If you do it and you remain silent about it, it's kind of a baller move. But Blake started using it as an excuse as to why he lost that fight. And it's like, wait a second, dude. Nobody dosed you. You put it on your own tongue like an idiot, thinking it was going to make you a better fighter. He looked terrible in that fight, by the way. Junyoung Lee mopped the floor with him for 3 full rounds there. Couldn't believe he didn't finish him. So, yeah, man, this is another ugly fight, dude. And I wouldn't be laying juice on Junyoung Lee, but I am past the point of betting on Gaston Bolanos. And he did win me money against Cortavius Romeus. And I bet on him. I bet on Aaron Phillips against Bolanos, and fucking Phillips almost pulled it off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But Junyoung Lee opened up minus 300, currently minus 250. Bolanos opened up plus 250, currently plus 210. I didn't know Lee was a black belt. But yeah, if so, he can potentially sub this guy. I mean, Junyoung Lee by submission is only plus 400. Like this, does this guy even have any subs? Maybe one.
He's 3-0 to the sub as a professional, but he hasn't subbed anybody at the UFC level. And Yi Xiao was just, took him down like 9 times.
Yeah, I was thinking the sub prop might be a lot larger, but no, plus 400. What's going on? The over under set at 2.5 rounds. The over 2.5 plus 115. The under 2.5 minus 135. I kind of think this fight could actually go over. Like, I don't know if Lee's some good finish. Like, he couldn't finish Blake Builder, a tripping Blake Builder.
That's wild, man. And he's on a 2-fight losing streak and on a 10-month layoff too. So it's not like this guy is somebody you want to be backing.
Yeah. Kind of like the over, not plus money, but yeah, another fight I'm not too excited about. Bolanos live dog. Maybe like if Lee goes out there and strikes with Bolanos for 15 minutes, he could be a live dog. I remember that fight. Blake Builder looked zoinked out, like incapable of paying attention to his corner in between rounds. Yeah, he looked rough, man. He looked rough. I've had some of them most utterly dominant blacked basketball performances on mushrooms, though. There you go.
Really, dude?
There you go.
That's wild. That's impressive, man.
Acid gives me diarrhea. How can you fight like that? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be a bad idea.
Oh, should have done meth. Oh, I don't know about that.
No, you shouldn't have.
No. Levi submission seems like the clear choice here, but then again, Zellhuber was a minus 500 favorite versus Bobby Green past his prime. And minus 245, Morono was supposed to beat a short notice in elevation Kavanaugh. Yeah, sometimes things don't play out the way they seem, but I think Lee should win. All right, let's keep moving on to the next fight, and we have decent fight here. We got Sumadarji going against Jesus Aguilar. We got Sumadarji, 30 years old, 5'8" with a 72-inch reach. Jesus Aguilar, 29 years old, 5'4" with a 62-inch reach. We got Aguilar 1 year younger, Sumadarji with a 4-inch height advantage and a 10-inch reach advantage. Sumadarji is 2-3 in his last 5 fights. Submission loss to Matt Schnell. Submission loss to Tim Elliott. Decision loss to Charles Johnson. Decision win against Mitch Raposo. Decision win against Kevin Borjas. As far as Jesus Aguilar, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Knockout win against Shannon Ross. Decision win against Mateus Mendonça. Submission win against Stuart Nickel. Decision loss to Rafael Estevam. And a decision win against Luis Garole. So I'm looking at this fight, and it's like, who is out there laying minus 265 on Sumadarji? Like, I get he's the better striker by far. He's got a massive height advantage, a massive reach advantage. But if this fight hits the ground, like even once, like it could be over shortly after. I mean, Sumadarji's been submitted like 6 times, and Jesus Aguilar is a very tricky grappler, has that guillotine. And it's not like he's strictly the guillotine. He can mix in takedowns as well. He's landed several throughout the UFC, landed some on the Contender Series as well. So, I mean, I think it's probably Sumadarji by decision or Aguilar by submission. I think those are the 2 most likely outcomes here. I could see Sumadarji, keeping this on the feet for 15 minutes and, being the better striker, using the range. But if this fight hits the mat, Weezy, at any point, it's going to get pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is, because Aguilar just sells out for that guillotine, and we've seen Sumadarji get submitted 6 times as a professional. Oh. So obviously that's a big hole in his game, but I'm sure it's improving. It probably is. I remember one of his recent fights. I think it was the Charles Johnson fight. He was kind of showing the ability to get out of some grappling positions and to defend some submissions, because he had just been submitted so many times before that. The last 3 fights, he actually looked pretty good against Charles Johnson, Mitch Raposo, and Kevin Borjas. But Aguilar's 4-2 in the UFC. He keeps cashing as an underdog over and over and over again. The guy's doing really well, and his striking numbers are surprisingly good. He's landing 6.1 distance strikes per minute. He's only absorbing 3.8. He's got a positive 2.2 distance striking differential, over 65% distance striking defense. He's landed a knockdown and absorbed 0 knockdowns. And Jesus can get in there and wrestle a little bit. And just anytime you're grappling with this guy, you risk this guy snatching up your neck and finishing you with the guillotine. He did it to Edgar Chairez. And Sumadarji should be able to easily win the minutes at distance striking range here. But we've said that before, haven't we? We thought Luis Garole would win the minutes at distance striking range against him. We thought Mateus Mendonça would as well. And I think Jesus just kind of keeps outperforming market expectations, and he's been a really profitable guy to back. And let's face it, Sumadarji sucks, dude. He's not that good. I haven't seen much of this guy that for any of the performances that he's had recently where I'm like, wow, it looks like Sue's really kind of like taking the next step. The Borjas fight was a pretty good look. Like he completely mystified Borjas. And if he can have that kind of performance, he can have a shutout against Jesus Aguilar. But this guy finds his way into fights, and he's won a couple of close fights that I'm not sure that he completely won. The Mendonça fight in particular. Even the Garule fight was very close and could have went either way. So it's an interesting fight. I don't want to lay minus 260 on Sumadarji either, but if he fights smart, keeps this at distance striking range, and is able to use his length properly, he should be able to win the minutes and bank the rounds of this fight.
Yeah, I don't know why he's minus 265. Like, he can get hurt on the feet too. I don't care if it's Jesus Aguilar. I mean, Aguilar actually has some power. Just ask Shannon Ross.
Yeah.
And ask Luis Garole. And Sumadarji's been hurt on the feet a lot too. Schnell hurt him on the feet. Yeah. We saw who else hurt? Charles Johnson finished him on the feet.
Yeah, in the second round he finished him.
The ref didn't stop the fight. I mean, if the ref stopped that fight, he would have been finishing all of his losses instead of having one decision. So, yeah, I think it's dog or pass. But I think the way I'm going to play it is like a finish only for Aguilar. I'm not convinced Aguilar is going to win a decision here. I think he probably needs a sub. He needs a finish. So maybe the finish only for Aguilar, depending on the price. But yeah, if you like Sumadarji, it's probably Sumadarji by decision. Aguilar is pretty durable. I'd rather play Sumadarji by decision at plus money than lay minus 265 on him. So yeah, Sumadarji decision, finish only for Aguilar would be my 2 favorite looks here. All right. So yeah, that was probably the best fight thus far. I'm looking forward to this one. Now, Aguilar is a live dog. I would tend to agree. I'm not high on Sumadarji at all. Nah, I like Sue here. Jesus, great underdog. He could be if he gets the fight to the mat. Dude was tripping balls, dunking on a 4-foot Fisher Price soup, thinking he was dropping 40 on the brawn. Tell us what you guys think of Michael Johnson winning by KO. Probably is a good. Well, Dober's chin has been cracked, and it's been looking pretty brutal lately. But we'll talk about that fight in a little bit. And Jesus, we trust. Yes. So, what is Jesus's opponent's records, Weezy?
It's 11 wins and 12 losses, but if you add up the 4 guys that he's beaten, their combined UFC records, 0 wins and 11 losses.
Holy crap.
Shannon Ross, Mateus Mendoza, Stuart Nickel, and Luis Garule. Between those 4 guys, you get 0 wins and 11 losses for their UFC records. So obviously, a guy like Sumadarji, who's 5-4 in the UFC, would be his best win. But you look at who Sumadarji's beating, they're not top names. You know, Malcolm Gordon, Rich Raposo, Kevin Borjas, and then a couple other bums. I don't even remember. Oh, did he beat Zaruk Adashev? Did they put him in there against that midget?
Yeah, and he couldn't finish him. It was frustrating.
That's unbelievable. How do you not finish? You could have punted him into the cheap seats. He's like the size of a football.
I know. So yeah, I don't know. Not a big fan of Sumadarji, and he's like minus 265. So 221 people in the chat, only 129 likes. I mean, that's a ton of likes, you know. But yeah, we're almost at 150. I might have to end the stream. 200 likes, and Weezy has to no.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
300. Come on. 200. No. For a Brundage bet, absolutely not. Jesus, don't cry. You can rely on me, honey. Wheezy knows. Is that a song?
Yeah, it is. It's a song by Wilco. And Wilco is a local Chicago band here. My girlfriend Sunshine works in the same building where Wilco has their loft where they record all their albums. So Jeff Tweedy, Chicago legend. He was in a band called Uncle Tupelo back in the day with another Illinois legend named Jay Ferrier. They had a couple, 2 or 3 great albums, and then they split up. Jay Ferrier formed Sunvolt. Jeff Tweedy formed Wilco, and Wilco is a band that I've seen probably more than any other band ever, Brady. I've seen them like 15 times.
Wow.
Because they're always playing here in Chicago. I bought my first Wilco album when I was like a sophomore in college, I think.
Jeez.
Yes.
Mitch Raposa would cook Aguilar. I completely disagree. We got Clint from the Die Hard MMA podcast just here for emotional support after Jose Medina got cut. I know. I can't believe it. I don't know why they cut him. I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't either, man. I mean, like, the guy should have easily been 3-1. I don't know how you get to an 0-4 record there. They were cheating him.
Yeah.
They were absolutely cheating him. Early stoppages, shit refs, steroid laden opponents. Medina really got a rough go here.
Yeah, he did. Jesus by sub is the play. So the submission probably easy open, but plus 575. It's gotten destroyed. It's currently plus 400.
Yeah, 575. You know that Aguilar is going to jump guillotine at least once in this fight.
At least once, yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving on to the next fight. It is going to be Cody Durden going against Niam Jargal, 2-minute to barrel. We got Cody Durden, 34 years old, 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. Niam Jargal, 2-minute to barrel, 27 years old, 5'7" with a 71-inch reach. We got 2-minute to barrel. It's going to be 7 years younger, same height, and a 4-inch reach advantage. Durden is 1-4 in his last 5 fights, got knocked out by Bruno Silva, submitted Matt Schnell, lost a decision to Joshua Van, got knocked out by Jose Ochoa, and got submitted by Alan Nascimento. As far as Niam Jargal, 2-minute to barrel, he is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He's done some road to UFC. He made his debut against Carlos Hernandez, though, and lost that fight by a very close decision. You probably could have given it to him, with the knockdowns, but lost a decision to Carlos Hernandez, and then he went, I think, back to the road to UFC and got a submission win. So very interesting matchup here, Weezy. I'm not sure how this one's going to play out because, Cody Durden, I think he's so much better than Niam Jargel, Tumen DeBarrel. Like skill for skill, you stack these guys up. Cody Durden's the much better fighter. I think he's the much better striker, the much better wrestler, maybe not the better submission grappler, but he's fought the much better competition. I think there's a ton of reasons to like Durden, and he's a dog. He's an underdog. The thing that worries me, though, is Cody Durden's gotten hurt in like 5 of his last 6 fights, or like 6 of his last 7. Alon Nascimento hurt Cody Durden, I think, with an elbow, and then he shot in and got his neck snatched up. Jose Ochoa knocked him out in the 2nd round. He was looking incredible against Bruno Silva, the best he's ever looked, and then he gets knocked out in the 2nd round. Tagir Ulanbekov knocked him down and then submitted him in the 2nd round. Joshua Van hurt him on multiple different occasions, so I'm kind of getting worried about the durability of Cody a little bit. I'm kind of worried about the submission defense a little bit, but like I said, skill for skill, Cody's better. It's just, can his durability hold up for 15 minutes? Can he not get submitted over the course of 15 minutes if he's going to go out there and wrestle? So kind of a tricky fight to call here, Weezy. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this one's about momentum, isn't it? Because Tumen DeBarrel pushing 28 years of age, but Durden pushing 35 years of age. So Durden's 7 years older, but he's way more experienced. 27 fights compared to only 10 for Tumen DeBarrel. 14 fights at the UFC level, only 1 for Tumen DeBarrel. And this guy can't get in the goddamn cage. Like, he never fights. He's pulled out of so many fights. And the wins are against like nobodies. Watanabe, Topnoy Kirwam, Peter Daniso, Terrence Saturn. These are all road to UFC guys. He fought Carlos Fernandez and pretty much like lost like 14 out of the 15 minutes of that fight. But he landed a big shot at the end of round 1, and he landed one big shot at the end of round 3. And then Hernandez wasn't hurt by either of them, but he was definitely like off balanced by them, and it was enough almost to steal those 2 rounds, and that fight wound up going to split decision. But like the only real true test that this guy has had at the UFC level was Carlos Hernandez, and Cody Durden's way better than Carlos Hernandez. Cody Durden's got some good wins at the UFC level, and he's probably a better wrestler than Hernandez is. He's got a little more pop in his strikes than Hernandez does. So, I mean, I think that, this is dog or pass for me. Cody Durden has illustrated in the past that this guy can go out there and win a ton of minutes with his wrestling when he wants to. And as big of a dog as Durden is, like he doesn't want to just lay on you and bank rounds and fight boring, but he's lost 5 of his last 6 fights, Brady. It's time to fucking put a win on the board. It's time to get a win check. And if you want to do that against this Mongolian dude, just go out there and take him down. Go out there and take him down. Don't be stupid. Get a win check, man. He 1 win in the last 6. He's got to win this fight. So don't go out there and swing dicks with this Mongolian herder. He swings hard. He's got actual power. So I think that Cody should go out there and show him what American wrestling is like. And this guy's an American top team guy. He's in the room with some of the top flyweights in the world. He's training with these guys. He's taking them down. And, like when you look at the control time profile of both of these guys, Cody Durden controls his opponent's 39% of his octagon time, gets controlled 9%, wins 80% of the control time positions. Tumen DeBarrel gets 1.7% control time, but allows 31.7% control time. He only wins 5% of the control time positions in his fights. So there's a big hole in his game right there that Cody needs to attack, because there is an easy way to win this fight, and it's not to stand in the center of the cage with this guy who's just going to absolutely wing bombs. Cody's a much better fighter than this guy. He's much more technical. He's much more well-rounded. He's much more experienced. He's got the way better wins, and he's fought the way better brand of competition. He just needs to prioritize winning this fight, and in order to do that, he needs to wrestle.
Yes. Yeah, tons of reasons to like Durden as a dog. With that said, I'm going Niam Jargel, club and sub. There we go. That's kind of what I'm thinking, man. I mean, he's getting hurt by Tagir. He's getting hurt by Alon Nascimento. But yeah, I mean, the path's there. The path is certainly there. So we'll see. Interesting. So the over-under set at 2.5 rounds. The under's getting smashed. The under opened up at plus 149. It's currently minus 155. What are we doing?
Not for a flyweight fight. You just don't do that for flyweight fights. It's too expensive. Where did you say it was? What is it right now?
Minus 155. Money's pouring in on it, which I get, but oh my gosh, let's calm down.
And that's the under 2.5?
Yeah, and the fight doesn't goes now minus 190.
Wow. Yeah, I saw minus 175 and minus 145. So
jeez.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're looking at a minus 190, that's a 65.5% implied probability when only 45% of flyweight fights finish inside the distance. So, you're paying a premium for what's, people think is going to be a violent fight, but these guys are flyweights.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but my gosh. Let's see. Wheezy, you like Alkaline Trio?
I never listened to Alkaline Trio. I don't have any idea. I've heard of them for sure, but I never listened to their music, so I have no idea.
Yep. Shout out 2 Men in a Barrel. Shout out Niam Jargle, 2 Men in a Barrel. Gotta love it. Cody's been promoting his roofing company more than his fight. Oh gosh. Roofing companies, realtors, it just doesn't end well, but this is gonna be Cody's easiest fight since Matt Schnell, I'd say.
And he won that one.
He certainly did. A retirement fight for Durden. Durden by split decision. The UFC is trying to penetrate that lucrative Mongolian market. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Why not?
Yeah, man.
I'm done putting my money on Durden. Dude is well-rounded at losing. Parlay destroyer. I mean, the thing is, he's looking so good in a lot of he was looking incredible against Alon Nascimento for the first round and a half. And then he gets caught and subbed. Same thing in the Silva fight, was looking incredible. Then he gets caught and knocked out. So I don't know. I'm kind of worried about the durability at this point. I was going to name my son Niam Jargle. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's a great name. It's a strong name.
It's a decent name. Wheezy, on a scale of 4 to 17, how unappreciated is the band?
Oh, the band. Yeah, that's a legendary band from like the 60s. And
wow.
Yeah, they're very underrated. A lot of the big audiophiles love the band for sure.
There we go. All right. Let us move on to the next fight. It is going to be Dante Johnson going against Cody Brundage. We got Dante Johnson, 27 years old, 5'8" with a 74-inch reach. Cody Brundage, 31 years old, 6 foot with a 72-inch reach. We got Dante Johnson, 4 years younger. Cody Brundage with a 4-inch height advantage?
Yes.
Yeah. And then a 2-inch reach is the advantage. What I'll say is Dante Johnson's not 5'8". I mean, this guy's like 5'10", 5'11". He's doing the reverse Jairzinho Rosenstruck. Like, this guy's nowhere near 5 feet, 8 inches. I don't know why he's lying. But yeah, I guess he's pulling the reverse Rosenstruck. Dante Johnson, 5-0 in his last 5 fights, knocked out poor Darian Abbey on the Contender Series, and then submitted Cedricus Dumas in his debut. As far as Cody Brundage, he is 1-2, 1 draw, and 1 no contest in his last 5 fights. No contest against Abdulrazak Al Hassan, knockout win against Julian Marquez, a draw against Mansour Domalik, a decision. This is a mistake, right? He didn't lose to Eric McConaughey, right?
No, the stats are never wrong, Brady. He actually did lose that fight to Eric McConaughey. Both guys got the call that week on like 48 hours notice to go fight each other.
He lost to Eric McConaughey?
He lost to Eric McConaughey, yes. He lost to Dumas too.
He did what? What happened now?
Lost to Cedricus Dumas. Cedricus Dumas, our guy ST, the Reaper.
God. What's going on here? And then he got knocked out by Cam Ralston. So, I mean, what are we doing here? Cody, first of all, why is he even cleared to fight? Didn't this guy just get his head pounded into the canvas last month?
Yeah, I've got the wrong layoff information here on Brundage because he's fought sooner than that. Like,
he fought January 31st, and it's like March 3rd right now.
Why would he?
He just, like, who cleared him to fight? Like, take a couple months off. So yeah,
any sense.
This is how the fight's going to happen, Weezy. Dante Johnson's gonna hit Cody, or he's gonna take him down, and then Cody Brundage is gonna cover up, and it's gonna be up to Dante Johnson to not hit this guy in the back of the head. He's gonna cover up. He's gonna expose the back of the head. It's gonna be up to Dante Johnson to hit the side of the head. Try to hit the face. Don't hit the back of the head, Dante. But yeah, Dante Johnson, the biggest favorite on the card. Yeah, this should be Dante Johnson all day, every day. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, Johnson's a terrifying dude, man. I mean, the guy he's short. He's built like a fire hydrant. He's nothing but muscle. And when he kind of loads up, he's got terrifying power. So Cody's just a guy that he relies on winning moments too. For a guy with a wrestling background who gets takedowns and will get top time, you never really see him going out there winning minutes and banking rounds. I can't remember the last time Cody like decisively won a round.
Never. Literally never, ever. Never
like
happened.
He's finished fights in a round. You know, he finished Dalcha. He finished Zach Reese. He knocked out Malkoon in the first round. You know, so he's had these finishes, you know, but Teresian Gore, remember that? Knocked him out.
Yeah,
you know, but he never seems to bank around, man. Like he's losing rounds to Mechanico. And even if he did win them, they were 50-50 rounds. He's not pulling, you know, any kind of game plan, winning a minute and another minute, and playing defense and not getting hurt. He just doesn't have that capability. So if he's unable to win moments at this level, it's going to be hard for him to find wins. But Johnson's a lot less experienced. This guy's pro career, Dante Johnson, has lasted 18 minutes. I've watched sitcoms longer than that. You know, and he's got 7 fights and only fought for 18 minutes, Brady. So, you know, these are the situations where you start to think that, yeah, of course, Johnson's going to go out there and win this fight, but it's a fight. You know, Cody is elite at shelling up and taking shots to the back of the head that can disqualify his opponent. It almost worked against Al Hassan. He got the knockout win against Jacob Malkoon. So I don't know, man. Like, what are we supposed to do with this line too? What's Johnson minus 650?
Yeah, I kind of feel like it should be wider, to be honest. But yeah, minus 650.
Yeah, I mean, Cody can hurt him too. Cody can hurt you on the feet. He's explosive. He's powerful. He's a good athlete. It's just that he just doesn't seem to win minutes at all. And, you know, I've heard like 2 things. I've heard Johnson has no wrestling background, and I've heard he has a wrestling background. What have you heard?
I don't think he does, dude. I think
you don't think he does?
I think Dimash just really stunk it up that night.
Well, he did definitely take down Dante early in that fight, and he didn't really do anything with the takedown, but he had some grappling success against Dante. And we know that Cody can get takedowns, so I don't know if Dante actually has a background in wrestling or not, but he's only 27 years old, and he's got terrifying power. And at these weight classes, that's really all you need sometimes to beat half the damn division. And it looks like Johnson's got that kind of power. So I'm interested to see how far he can go, because he's very new to the sport. 1.5 years as a pro. 1.5. You know, it's just that he's violently serving all these people. So, you know, you're gonna climb the ladder fast when you're doing that. And now he's getting a guy in Brundage who actually has 14 UFC fights under his belt.
Yeah.
So we're going to see, you know, this is a step up in competition, and Cody can wrestle and Cody can strike, and Cody's been in there against a lot of tough dudes. So we'll see what he's got for Johnson here.
I mean, this guy, Brundage, you couldn't take down Cam Ralston.
Yeah, I know. And that guy's a giraffe.
I mean,
it's like
anybody
taking down Macy Chase on. It's
just
super
the win can
easy.
take down Ralston. So, yeah, man, this fight makes no sense. Like, who cleared Cody Brundage? You shouldn't be fighting a month after a knockout loss. But yeah, Johnson opened up minus 800, currently minus 650. Brundage opened up plus 550, currently plus 475. Can I interest you, Easy, in a Cody Brundage KO/TKO/DQ round 1 at plus 1800?
Yes, you can. That's how he wins.
That's how he wins.
Has he ever won any other way?
Never.
Teresian Gore, round 1. Zach Reese, round 1. Dalchalungiambula, round 1. Jacob Malkoon, round 1. And what else am I missing? Oh, and Julian Marquez. Was that round 1 or round 2?
Round 1. There you go.
Plus 1,800. But it's just the KO, you say?
KO/TKO/DQ.
What about that nasty guillotine that Brundage has?
It's so nasty, dude. It's nasty. Brundage first round submission is plus 2,400.
I like that. I like that, man. He's gonna jump. You know he's jumping guillotine, dude.
And Johnson might wrestle for some reason again. I was kind of shocked he was wrestling against Dumas. He didn't really need to.
Worked out beautifully for him.
It did. Wasn't that when Dumas did the first ever grounded Rolling Thunder and he did it twice?
He did 2 of them, yeah. And they kind of landed.
They kind of did, yeah.
They kind of landed, and it looked like Cedricus was like, dude, that gets everybody in the gym out of there. Now I'm quitting, because Dante didn't go, he didn't get out of there.
Yeah. Brundage is definitely a marauder. He's a great hammer, just a really bad nail. So the over-under set at 1.5 rounds, the over 1.5 plus 157. The under 1.5 is minus 180. So yeah, we'll see. There's too many Codys on this card. Agreed, there is. All 3 Codys look like they should be really good in every fight, and they all quit. Does Garbrandt? Garbrandt doesn't really quit. He just has no chin. How did I lose to both those bones? I don't know, Cedricus. I don't know how you lost to Meconico. That's insane. We got Lucasoli in the building. What is up, Lucasoli? Who's here for the gangbang? I know you are. Dante Johnson has to be this week's piping on site versus Cody Brundage. He could be, potentially.
Yeah, it could be.
I was listening to the Die Hard MMA podcast earlier, and he said something that made sense. Guess the UFC pressured Brundage to take the fight or get cut. Probably, but that's messed up if so, because this guy just got knocked out, got his head through the canvas last month. Just crazy.
And that was in Australia, too.
I know.
So he probably just got back last week. That's how long it takes to get back from Australia. So, yeah, this is not fair for Cody.
Cody Brundage fight week unders for everybody. The problem with the under is like Cody could last 7.5 minutes. He lasted against Brundage and he lasted against Nickel, but it feels like once that second round it hits, he just kind of covers up and looks to go home. I just posted my Jesus Aguilar hype video on X.
Sweet.
Let me pull it up. I got to check it out.
Awesome.
Jesus Aguilar hype video. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at it.
And I pulled up X, and the first thing I get was DFS by the numbers, Stat Diggers, UFC 326 deep dive. We are rolling, dude.
Let's go.
We're right there. We're right there.
Let's go. If you like losing money, the Cody parlay is plus 2,600. I will not be doing that this week. Why is Dante Johnson's nickname Lockjaw? Sounds like a prostitute with braces and Tourette's syndrome. Because he knocks you out. He hits your jaw, knocks you out.
Yeah.
I just joined expecting to be halfway through the main card. He must be new here. The king was there. No, we're not. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. The under is free. Exactly who cleared this guy? Terry liking the under. I don't. We'll see where the under gets throughout the week. Right now it's like minus 180. It should hit. I mean, as long as Johnson doesn't mess around, it should hit. But Johnson was messing around a little bit against Cedricus. I can tell you.
Went to the second round, and I mean, if Cedricus didn't insta tap to that, I mean, like that might have even went over 1.5.
Yeah, like don't mess around, Johnson. I can tell you firsthand, Brundage's ass. You heard it there first. Who could forget Brundage's legendary round 1 finish? Has Malkoon woken up yet after Brundage got him out of there in the first round?
I mean, that was a vicious, vicious KO.
Man, I'm walking down to the beach with my phone out, listening to you, and this hot chick appears, and all I hear Brady say is gangbang. Why are you at a beach right now? Like, it's like midnight Eastern time, 11 o'clock Central time. It's like 9 o'clock Pacific time. Where are you on a beach right now? Where is he at? He's at a beach right now.
Well, he's got to be in Florida.
It's like it's midnight in Florida. Why are you on a beach at midnight? And why are there hot girls there? I don't buy it, said Rikus. I don't buy it at all. Dante's old nickname was much better. Two entrees.
Two entree Dante.
Two entree Dante. I like that. Why are you in Australia, said Rikus?
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. Yeah.
He's training out in Australia. Okay, that makes sense then.
Well, I mean, like, you got to remember, Australia is where the English put all the criminals back in the day. So, I mean, like, the hood wolf has got to be right at home in a place like Australia.
Let's stop the yap and start predicting. You must be new here, Icky.
You are new.
How about you come make me stop yapping? I have a face tattoo, mind you. You don't want to mess with somebody with a face tattoo. That's for damn sure. All right, let's move on to the next fight. And it is going to be, oh God, Cody Garbrandt versus Long Xiao. We got Cody Garbrandt, 34 years old, 5'8" with a 65-inch reach. Long Xiao, 27 years old, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Long Xiao, 7 years younger, same height, 5-inch reach advantage. Cody Garbrandt, 2-3 in his last 5 fights. Knockout loss to Kaikar France. Decision win against Trevin Jones. Knockout win against Brian Kelleher. Submission loss to Davison Figueiredo. And then a decision loss to Hayani Barcelos. As far as Long Xiao, he is, was he 3-2 in his last 5 fights? He made his debut against Chung Ho Lee, lost that fight by decision. He knocked out Kwang Bang Lee in the 3rd round. And then he lost the decision to a jiu-jitsu guy in Su Young Yu. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much Cody Garbrandt has fallen. It's like, holy crap. This guy was on top of the world at one point, and now he's an underdog to Long Xiao. Like, it's absolutely insane. You know, if he loses to Long Xiao, it'll not only be his worst, it'll be his worst loss by a country mile. It'll be such a bad look if this guy loses to Long Xiao. I'm actually kind of surprised that he's an underdog to Long Xiao, but at the same time, I mean, his chin's completely dust. He's completely dust. He's getting horrible, terrible face tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to have any confidence in Garbrandt, but I am surprised he's the dog. I can't bet on him because I'm not betting on a guy with a horrible face tattoo. But for me, he's got to be the pick here. He's got to be the side. If he loses to Long Xiao, he needs to get some help. He already needs to get some help, but he needs to get some more help if he loses to Long Xiao.
Well, I mean, Long Xiao's a marauder, though.
Oh,
and because of that, it's going to be tricky for Garbrandt, who's more of a precision guy. Like, he's not high volume. He's not going to put a pace on you, but he's very precise and he's very fast. And, I still kind of saw that in the Barcelos fight. There were some points where Cody was making that really close and, winning a lot of those striking exchanges. So, I mean, I think it's got to be Garbrandt here. This guy Long Xiao is he comes forward throwing a bunch of shit, but like, he's not very good. I mean, look at those last 5 names: Shohei Noze, Shuya Kamibuko, Chang Ho Lee, Kwang Lee, Su Young Yu. I mean, like, Cody's going in there against Barcelos and Figgy and Kaikara France, and I always remember that performance that he put on against Dominic Cruz, which was just incredible. And I was like, holy shit, Cody Garbrandt is going to be champion for like the next 5 years. And then, nope. And I don't know what happened, man. The chin. And Andy, didn't he try to move down to 125 too?
Yeah, that didn't work out. He got brutally knocked out.
And so, like, yeah, there's been some... I mean, like, he's better than this guy. Cody's better than this guy. He has to win this fight, right? He's not going to lose to this guy, is he?
Oh, he might. He might. I'm worried about him. I'm very worried about Cody Garbrandt. I mean, that face tattoo was kind of the last straw. I mean, it's horrible. It's a horrible tattoo. It's not even remotely lined up at all. My tattoo is more lined up than his, and I did mine myself.
I mean, Cody's got kids, and I know that you even just had a difficult time explaining that tattoo to your son today, and it's a temporary. Yeah. Imagine the talk that like his daughter probably started crying when she saw him. You know,
I thought my son was about to start crying. He got all teary eyed, and
he kept telling you to leave the room, right?
Yeah, he told me to tell me to leave. Yeah,
man. You don't want to see your parents make bad decisions. You don't. Yeah.
And that's a bad decision. And that tattoo was a bad decision. Oh my gosh.
Cody should win this though, right, Brady? I mean, he should win this.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, Long Xiao, got outstruck by a jiu-jitsu guy in his last fight. Like,
yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's dog or pass, but if I bet on Cody Garbrandt in the year 2026 and he lost, my head might be in the oven. That's the only problem. That's why I don't know if I can get there.
Yeah, I just think it would be wild if he lost to this guy. I mean, Cody's so much better than this guy. He's so much faster than him. He's so much more precise, more athletic. He should be able to win the distance striking exchanges, but man, he's 34. He's not. I mean, his last 2 wins are against Kelleher and Trevin Jones.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I was at that Trevin Jones fight. It was hilarious. I bet the Garbrandt decision prop, and everybody was booing. Everybody was pissed off at that fight. This is a horrible fight. And I was like, yes, Cody, clinch up. Yes, run. I mean, they landed like 40 strikes total over the course of 15 minutes. Everybody was pissed off, but I was loving it. But yeah, we'll see. So let's see. Long Xiao opened up minus 200, currently minus 145. Cody Garbrandt opened up plus 170, currently plus 125. Yeah, I do think Cody's a very live dog. The chin worries me. The face tat worries me because we always say if you're making bad decisions outside the cage, like sometimes in the barber chair, and in this scenario, in the tattoo parlor, you're going to make bad decisions in the cage. So that's the only concern there. But yeah, I think he's a live dog. The over under set at 2.5 rounds. The over 2.5 is minus 165. The under 2.5 is plus 145. I kind of like this fight to go over, but if it goes under, it probably means that Cody Garbrandt gets knocked out by Long Xiao, which would be embarrassing because Long Xiao really knocks out nobody outside of Kwang Bang Lee. So, yeah, I don't know about this one. What's up, boys? Let's do a 4-hour show. No, we're not doing a 4-hour show. We already discussed this. We're not having any more fun. The fun is over on Stat Diggers. Fun's done. The fun is done. He does have a face tattoo. Yeah, he does. Garbrandt KO. I don't think he's going to KO anybody for the rest of his career because he doesn't throw anything. I mean, he is so low volume these days, Wheezy. Yeah. Against Trevin Jones, he landed absolutely nothing. Against Barcelos, he landed 28 strikes. Against Figgy, 16. Against Kelleher, he knocked him out. But yeah, Jones, he landed 26 strikes. He's not high volume. Really never has been, but especially now.
Yeah.
We know bad you got that right. You got that right. If Cody No Love loses to this bomb, I'm never betting on him or picking him again. I don't know if I could do it. If I bet on Cody Garbrandt and he lost, I don't know if I could show up the next week. I wonder why there's so many coin slot eyes on this card. What does that mean? Coin slot eyes. I don't know.
Come on, Hood Wolf.
I don't get it.
I'll explain it to you another time. Not on the show.
Yeah, not on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got it. That's messed up, Hood Wolf. Long Xiao by round 2, marauding. We could see a marauding.
Yeah, he's a marauder, Brady. He really is, man. He marauds forward, throwing a bunch of volume. He doesn't really care where it goes.
We lined up straight at. Yeah, I kind of did line it up nicely there. Yeah, not bad. I got to figure out how to get this tattoo off by tomorrow at 1:30 for this doctor's appointment. It's gonna be brutal. Gonna be scrubbing in the shower for an hour or more tonight. We got Narco Cop in the building. What's up, boys? Let's have a great UFC 326. Let's do it. Good to see you in here, Narco. Brady's son already has more sense than a full-grown adult Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, it's true, man. Long Xiao blows on Cody's chin for the KO. Would be wild. 145 likes and counting. I might have to end the stream. I don't want to sniff this Douglas Silva de Andrade shirt. 5 likes away from it. Need a Stat Digger meet and greet in the summer. That'd be nice. The only concern is I'm worried it might get piped on site by like Colton G. That's my only concern.
Yeah, like if people know where he is, like there might be people looking for him,
Yeah, because I know at least one person don't like me, the Colton G. Oh, so I gotta as long as we can stay away from Colton G, might have to hire some security or something. Maybe get Dumas out there to help us, or who else is a friend of the show? Andre Fiallo. Hire him as security? Why not? I don't want to get piped on site, guys, by Colton G and his goons. Cody should not go to bare knuckle, and he should not go to the slap league. He should probably just retire and find something. Work at Texas Roadhouse with Jeff Neal. Find something else to do that doesn't involve getting hit. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Is this the main card?
I think so. I think now we're on the main card.
Oh, yeah, they're featuring Cody Garbrandt for some reason. So what I'm going to do, Easy, we hit 150 likes. I'm going to go grab this shirt. I'm not going to be a little bitch. I'm not going to, say something and not do it. So I'm going to get this shirt. And while I do so, I'm going to play a quick word from our sponsor. Here we go.
You can make picks on Underdog right now. It's easy to play. Just pick higher or lower on your favorite players and all your favorite sports. Track your picks live while you watch the game. And if you get it right, you can win up to 5,000 times your money. So join the millions of fans who are already playing on Underdog. New customers get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 play. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
And if that's what you want, then I got what you need.
Oh my God. I can smell it from here. So here it is.
Oh God.
And by the way, if we get 200 likes, I have to put it on, which is going to be interesting because both it smells and it's a medium. And I haven't been a medium since I was in the 3rd grade. So it's going to look ridiculous. But a promise is a promise. I'm going to take a big whiff of this.
Don't do it, dude.
I have to. I'm not a little bitch.
I bet on Jose Medina last week, and it didn't work out for me doing what these people made us do. I'm just letting you know that. I know you're a man of your word, but it didn't work out well. I don't even know if I can watch this. I'm going to go fill up my water because I feel bad for you right now. I'm going to smell that. I can smell it from here.
I know. I can smell it from here, too.
It's disgusting.
So quick story. This is Douglas Silva de Andrade's walkout shirt. I got it from a present for Christmas, and I opened up the box. And there's one of the worst smells ever. I mean, I've smelled so many bad things. One of the worst smells I've ever smelled. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I was like, oh, is it the shirt? And I took a whiff. I'm like, yeah, it's that shirt. Holy crap. And it's all yellow. It has sweat stains. It's the nastiest shirt that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm probably going to throw it away. So I'm going to take one big whiff. Here we go. Get it close to the mic so you can hear it. My nose is burning. It's burning. I swear to God, my nose is burning. My nose is burning. I swear on everything. I'm gonna get like syphilis. My eyes are burning.
You got a doctor appointment tomorrow.
My nose is burning. My eyes are burning. Oh, I touched the shirt. I touched my eyes. It's in my eyes. It's like poison ivy or something. Oh my God. God. Let's move on. Oh, I gotta go wash my hand. Gotta go wash my hands in a second. But we'll kick off this fight here. All right, Weezy. We got Drew Dober, Michael Johnson. Drew Dober, 37 years old, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Michael Johnson, 39 years old, 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. Dober, 2 years younger. Johnson with a 2-inch height advantage, a 3-inch reach advantage. Oh my God, I have like a headache now. I have a freaking headache. This fight's gonna be interesting, Weezy. So I'm kind of worried about both guys. On the Michael Johnson side, you have a guy who's almost 40 years old. He's coming off of a good performance against Daniel Zellhuber, but I have a funny feeling it's gonna continue to age pretty poorly. And then you have Drew Dober, and we always say it, Weezy. Once that chin cracks, it's gonna start to go downhill. His chin finally cracked versus Frivola. And since then, he took a beating against Gene Silva. Some of the shots he was eating against Silva, I don't know how he's eating him. He got hurt multiple times, and the ref finally had to stop the fight due to a cut. And then he gets knocked out brutally by Manuel Torres. And then he kind of struggles with Kyle Prepolek, of all people, but then starts to turn it up after a low blow. So, yeah, I don't know what to do with this one. Michael Johnson, the most untrustworthy fighter in UFC history, the most hit-or-miss fighter. When he's on, he's going out there, he's looking good, can win some fights. When he's off, he can lose to Stevie Ray. When he's off, he can lose to Thiago Moises. When he's off, he can drop the ball. And we have Dober, who I think, although 2 years younger, I'm kind of more worried about Dober in terms of like the durability and kind of where he's at for his career. So this fight actually, as we speak, is a straight pick'em, and I couldn't agree more. I think it should be a straight pick'em. I just can't have any faith in either guy. So I'm going to go wash my hands. Might jump in the shower real quick, to be honest. I'll kick it to you, Easy. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, I got you, man. Wash up, get clean, do whatever you need to do after that horrible situation you just put yourself through. I couldn't imagine smelling that shirt and living. But 37-year-old Drew Dober, 39-year-old Michael Johnson. Drew Dober, 44 professional fights. Michael Johnson, 43 professional fights. Drew Dober, 26 fights in the UFC since the year 2013. Michael Johnson, 24 fights in the UFC since the year 2013. These guys have both got a ton of miles on the engine, but one guy has looked awful lately, and that's Drew Dober. And Michael Johnson has won 4 out of his last 5 fights. So, and the thing about Dober is that what worries me about a fighter like him is when you are relying on your durability and then the chin cracks, and it cracks against somebody that it wasn't supposed to crack against. If you look at the guys that Drew Dober has fought over his career, like, he wasn't supposed to get knocked out by Frivola. Frivola is a guy who's got, one of the worst chins in the UFC. And Drew, that was the fight where he chose to kind of just abandon him. And then he goes out there, gets touched once by Torres, and it's completely over. He's out there having a ton of trouble with Kyle Prepolek, kicks him in the sack, gets a point taken, and then knows after he gets the point taken in the 3rd round, because it was the second time he got him, that he had to finish the fight. And if it weren't for that nut shot, I don't know if Drew would have ever found the urgency to finish that fight. And I think Michael Johnson's a better striker than Kyle Prepolek is. But the thing is, this is a lefty versus lefty matchup, and I don't know how Michael Johnson is going to deal with that, because we've seen him struggle with a couple of things, one of them being the calf kick. And Dober is a guy who's got great kicks. But I talked about it before. These Muay Thai guys, they have dog shit defense, all of them. And now Drew Dober has always had bad defense, but now I don't think he can trust the chin like he used to. But it's not like Michael Johnson's like this, one-punch power hitter either. So I think it's going to come down to minute winning, and Dober throws a little bit more. He probably hits a little bit harder. And what I'd be interested to see is if either guy actually wrestles here. Because I think whoever wrestles might potentially be able to have some success in the grappling here. But I think that this is going to be a very close fight. But I would side with Michael Johnson, because I think that these guys are well matched in a lot of different ways. But just in terms of momentum and career trajectory and recent performances, I think Michael Johnson's kind of been outperforming market expectations, while Drew Dober has been really underperforming market expectations. And, for me, it was the Manuel Torres fight, because he got touched once and it was just over. And I'm not used to seeing Dober just get dropped like that. So I just don't trust the durability anymore on Dober. And he's not at the point in his career where he's also all of a sudden going to become defensively responsible. So that's probably going to be a problem for him going forward. Is he going to be able to take the shots? Are we going to be able to rely on this guy's chin? Because if not, he's not necessarily the best minute winner, and he will win some moments when he's fighting. 10 knockout wins just at the UFC level. So obviously Drew Dober is somebody probably who's got the bigger moment winning ability in this fight, probably the better kicks. but I think Johnson's got the faster hands, the crisper boxing, and a lot more momentum. So I'd rather back Johnson than Dober, because I've backed Dober in a couple of these recent performances and thinking that he would bounce back, and he didn't come anywhere close to bouncing back. So, yeah, I think I'm leaning to the Johnson side here, but I don't know if I want any money in this fight.
Yeah, do you want to bet a 40-year-old inconsistent Michael Johnson, or do you want to bet a 37-year-old washed Drew Dober? I don't know.
Yeah, Johnson looks less washed, but Dober probably has still the better moment winning ability at this point. So it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one to call.
Yeah, that's why I think it should be lying closer to a pick 'em. Dober was a pretty decent sized dog. He was like plus 140 when I did my breakdown yesterday. So a lot of money's actually came in on Dober the last 24 or so hours. Went from plus 140 to minus 103. As far as Michael Johnson, opened up minus 185 and currently minus 117. So this line has closed up quite a bit. The over-under set at 1.5. The over 1.5 minus 180. The under 1.5 is plus 157. We've got Dev saying it seems more logical that Johnson gets randomly one-shotted after piecing up Dober for a round or two. I mean, that's your typical Michael Johnson fight right there. Dober undefeated against a certain type of opponent. The UFC knows what they're doing here. Michael Johnson on a three-fight win streak in 2026. This is the most consistent Michael Johnson's ever been at 40 years old. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, Beat saying the same thing, volatile fight. MJ could be winning every second until he gets caught. Yep, absolutely. Dober's post-fight interview after the Prepiclip fight was concerning. He went through some personal tragedy and almost retired. Oh my gosh. Worried about his head and heart, not in the game. And I'm worried about his head because he's been hitting the head so much. He's been getting knocked out and hurt a lot more. Maybe a late finish, potentially. All right, let's move on. MJ arguably 6-1 in his last 7 fights. Yeah. He really won that Malarkey fight. Yeah, You could give it to him. Could have given it to him. All right, let's move on to the next fight. It is going to be a rematch. We got Gregory Rodriguez going against Bruno Ferreira. We got Gregory Rodriguez, 34 years old, 6'3" with a 75-inch reach. Bruno Ferreira, 33 years old, 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. We got Ferreira 1 year younger. We got Rodriguez with a 5-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. Rodriguez is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. A knockout win against Brad Tavares. Decision win against Christian Leroy Duncan. Knockout loss to Jared Cannonier. Knockout win against Jack Hermanson. And then a decision win against Roman Kopylov. As far as Bruno Ferreira, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Knockout win against Dustin Stoltzfus. Submission loss to Abu Smagomedov. Submission win against Armor Petrosian. Submission win against Jackson McVeigh. And then a decision win against Marvin Vettori. So what's very interesting here, Weez, is this, Ferreira beat Rodriguez. He not only beat him, he knocked his ass out in the very first round. But now it's Rodriguez who's still minus 200 favorite here, which I think is pretty interesting there. But yeah, I like Rodriguez to win. I was not expecting him to be minus 200. I think he has a lot more tools to win. And speaking of tools, Weezy, the ass prop of the week or the ass prop of the year could be Gregory Rodriguez by submission at plus 400. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Gregory Rodriguez by submission, because I did my prediction video. I'm like, my hot take this week is he's finally going to do it. He's finally gonna get his first submission. He couldn't do it against Kopylov. He couldn't do it against Dennis Tuolumne. It's gonna happen this week. We saw Abus go out there, out cardio Ferreira and sub him late. I think Rodriguez might go out there and get his first submission, which is an extreme hot take, right? Plus 400. What?
Yeah.
What's going on? So yeah, that was kind of disheartening. What I find interesting though is Bruno Ferreira KO1 Weezy is plus 900.
Yeah, I mean that's how he won it the first time, and Rodriguez was a minus 280 favorite in that first matchup. He dropped the ball, got knocked out in the first, and now here we are again, and he's not quite as big of a favorite, but he's a favorite in the fight where he got knocked out the first time. So. It's one of those things. Sometimes you just got to be willing to just take the Ferreira side, Yeah, I mean, we know that Gregory's a better fighter than this guy, right? He's bigger, he's longer, he's got better striking, he's got better Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but Hulky Ferreira's got power, man. and all he needs to do is touch you once to kind of steal around or potentially get you out of there. So it's an interesting fight because Gregory Rodriguez has been knocked out 4 times as a professional. He's been knocked out in 2 of his 3 UFC losses. So Ferreira does have a path, and this guy is a finisher. He's finished 14 of his 15 wins inside the distance. So, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup because we don't often get these, the fighter who won the first fight at a massive discount in the rematch. But these guys are around the same age, and they both do certain things very well. But Ferreira's got power, so does Rodriguez. It just feels like Rodriguez has more paths, so that's why he's being listed as the favorite, just like he was in the first matchup. So can Ferreira steal it again? Can he pull off another upset here? Because I don't think he will. I think Rodriguez is ready for him this time.
I think it'd be wise to mix in some grappling. Like I always talk about how good Rodriguez's grappling is. Like anytime he's grappling, like, oh my gosh, this guy's incredible on the ground. Like he came from a jiu-jitsu background. He flows so well on the mat. The way he gets to the back is insane, but he just hates grappling for some reason. He just hates it. He wants to go out there and swing dicks.
A lot of people, like, they love to be really good grapplers and then just never use it offensively. Just keep it in their back pocket just in case. And, Rodriguez is one of those guys.
Yeah, I guess so. So, yeah, I don't know what to do with this one. I was thinking maybe a sneaky Rodriguez sub, but, I mean, my gosh, plus 400. I mean, have you seen anything worse than something like that? I don't think I have.
It's surprising because the guy's never subbed anybody at the UFC level. Right. And people have just pissed away money over and over again going for Rodriguez sub because you could see him getting a sub against a guy like Tavares. You could see him getting a sub against a guy like Leroy Duncan, Cannonier, Kopylov. These are all guys that you should be going out there if you're a real jiu-jitsu player. You should be able to sub those guys, but he doesn't do that. It's just not what he does.
Nope, it's not what he does. He should do it, but it's not what he does. So the over-under is interesting. The over-under is set at 1.5. The over 1.5 minus 103. The under 1.5 is minus 117. Ferreira did go over in the Vettori fight and the Petrosian fight, right? The Petrosian fight? It was close, right? I think it did go over.
That one,
I think it just.
I think that was a late second round finish, was it, or was that a third round finish?
It was, I think, a late second. So he went over against Vettori, over against Petrosian, over against Abus, but every other fight went under. And Rodriguez has been going over lately. He went over against Kopylov, went over against, not over against Hermanson, went over against Cannonier, and then over against Duncan. So, yeah, I don't know. Over under is kind of tricky on this one. It's about to pick him for 7.5 minutes with these two. I don't know. All right. What are you guys liking for this fight here? I love this fight. I love it too. It's a great rematch.
Yeah.
Bruno Ferreira gassed out and got sub against Gas Max or Ab. I mean, how do you get out cardioed by Abu Smagamedov, the biggest gas bag in UFC history?
That's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
It's a big, big problem, Brady.
It's a really big problem. I couldn't believe my eyes. Robocop seems like the better fighter overall and has improved, but his chin is sketchy. His chin is sketchy. That's why it's you can't really run to the window and lay this much chalk on him, My nose still hurts. Robocop has a bad chin. If Kopylov showed any urgency in that fight, he could have finished him, especially in the third. Yeah, Kopylov, I don't know what his deal was that night. Did absolutely nothing for 15 minutes. Under is decently priced. Yeah, it is for a Bruno Ferreira fight. Brother Brady, did we go over the poll? Who needs the most help from UFC Mexico? We did not. Let me end this poll.
Oh, yeah, let's find out. I forgot. Right. I went with Daniel Zellhuber. I don't know who you guys picked.
I went with the Golden Boy, I think.
Oh
my gosh, we had 244 votes, which is crazy. 244 votes. And last place is Zellhuber, Daniel. In third with 11%. Third place is Mr. Zellhuber at 15%. And second place is the Golden Boy at 24%. And the person that needs to get help at 50%, which is 122 votes, Wheezy, is Daniel Zellhuber.
Yeah, that's what I picked.
You did? I want the Golden Boy. I want to be a little bit different.
Too. He needs help too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like this, actually. G-Rod round 3. I like it. Dante Johnson round 2. I like it. Tobias round 1. I like it. I think that could be in there.
The cycle of finishes.
Yes. Inside the distance feels like a free square. Well, the fight doesn't go as minus 400. Yeah, it should finish, man. It absolutely should. Catching y'all live for the first time in a long time. Get these dudes 100 likes tonight. Effers. Actually, don't get us to 200 likes tonight. Because if we get 200 likes, I have to put on Douglas Silva de Andrade's stinky walkout shirt. So and if we get 250, I'm singing tonight. So I don't know, man. Would you rather see Brady put this shirt on or sing the Cranberries? I guess we could do a poll. I mean, I'd rather sing than put that shirt on, to be honest. Much rather sing. Terrifying. All right, let's move on to the next fight. We have Raul Rosas Jr. going against Rob Font. We got Raul Rosas Jr., 21 years old, 5'9" with a 67-inch reach. Rob Font, 38 years old, 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. Raul Rosas Jr. is going to be, 17 years younger. He's going to have a 1-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach disadvantage. Rob Font is 2-3 in his last 5 fights. Decision loss to Corey Sandhagen. Decision loss to Davis and Figueiredo. Decision win against Kyler Phillips. A decision win against Gene Matsumoto. And then a decision loss to David Martinez. As far as Raul Rosas Jr., he's 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Decision loss to Christian Rodriguez. Knockout win against Terrence Mitchell. Submission win against Ricky Turcios. Decision win against Arichi Long. And then a decision win against Vince Morales. I mean, this is clear striker versus grappler matchup. Weezy, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, fun one. I mean, talk about it. A 17-year age difference between these two.
Oh,
so that's wild. But they were supposed to fight a while back, right? Rosas had to pull out, and as a result, Font wound up fighting David Martinez. So Font's already trained for Rosas. This is going to be his second camp training for this guy, and he knows what he's going to do. So the question is, can he stop it? Can he stop the takedowns? Can he get back up if he does get taken down? Can he separate from Raul, use the big cage in order to pick this guy apart at distance striking range, because his striking stinks. So, yeah, you got to keep this fight standing. You got to be in control of the phases of this fight if you're Rob Font. And it's the same thing for Rosas, because you're not going to compete on the feet against Rob Font. That guy's going to absolutely piece you up at distance striking range, and you don't have any chance to win minutes or moments. But the thing about backing a grappler like Rosas is that his striking gets better because of the fact that this guy, you have to worry about the takedown. So I think there's going to come a point in his career, Rosas, when he's older, that he does probably have the ability to win some minutes with his striking, but he's just not there yet. And he's 21 years old, and it's almost a year between fights. That's a massive red flag, Brady. How often were you hurt when you were 21?
Never really got hurt much.
Yeah, I don't like seeing guys that are 21 years old take this long of a layoff, and not because they just decided, hey, I've got all the time in the world. No, it's because they're pulling out of fights. And I think it's a bad thing, because if Rosas has to do this for the full 3 rounds. I don't think he's going to submit Rob Font. I don't think he's going to get him out of there. So, and Rob Font's training over at TriStar now. He's actually got some good coaches. He got away from the New England cartel, and now he's not sharing the room with guys like Chris Matinho. And that's a good thing. Connor Matthews, these lower level fighters that are coming out of that camp. Now he's with a real coach in Zahabi, and Zahabi's going to get him ready for this guy. So I think I'd rather back the underdog here in Rob Font. I know that we've seen this guy lose a lot of minutes on the ground, but the Sandhagen fight, remember, he took that on very short notice because Umar pulled out, and I don't even think he expected Sandhagen to wrestle. Figueiredo, had success taking him down too, and that was a problem. But now that Rob is fighting a very one-dimensional fighter here, it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually stop these takedowns.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he has terrible takedown defense. So, I don't know. 43%. gets taken out by everybody. So we'll see. I kind of feel like this could be like the Marlon Vera spot of the week where Rosas wins the first two and then Font comes on at the end. So maybe a plus 3.5 on Font could be interesting. I wonder what that's at.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. Let me look.
Because Rosas slows down and
he's going to have to sell out for the grappling, and especially if Font makes him work and gets back up a few times.
yeah.
Oh, my God. Plus 3.5 points is minus 155 for Font. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Of course it is. Because they're kind of seeing it the same way. Like, Rosas should be able to get takedowns early, but can he do that for 15 minutes? Could see Rob Font steal a round or two late. So, but yeah, I don't know. Font is plus 190. Opened up plus 375. Currently plus 190. Rob Rosas Jr. opened up minus 500. Currently minus 225. I kind of like the fight goes to decision at minus 1. I got hit. It got hit. Wow, it got hit. Holy crap. Dude, the over. The over 250? Yeah, the over is minus 250 now. Jeez. I was like, yeah, I like the over and I like the fight goes, but the over got obliterated. Went from minus 170 to minus 250.
When this opened, the fight doesn't go was plus 120, and the under 2.5 was plus 157.
Wow.
Now the under 2.5 is plus 207.
Somebody dropped the bomb on the over, which I liked it. Not now, but I liked it. I liked it before it got obliterated. Holy crap. So yeah, very interesting. But yeah, I think the fight goes the distance because Rob Font, he's very defensively sound on the mat. Like the Sandhagen fight, he just stayed safe on bottom, lost minutes, didn't really make any mistakes, didn't try to get up, didn't give up positions. So Rob Font's very defensively sound on the mat. So I kind of think it goes to decision. Jesus, I want to see the jersey. Oh, well, I did a poll. Seeing while wearing the shirt, no, it's too much. One or the other. One or the other. We want to see your discomfort wearing the shirt, of course.
Of course,
it would be horrible. Verna, I wonder if I still have the Chiwiwis sound. Let's see if I still have it. Oh, I do. What else do I have on here? Hey.
Oh, that one.
Hey. What else I got on here? Boo. Got some cool stuff on here.
Yeah, dude. You got good stuff.
Some applause. Heck yeah. Cool. We got Daniel Forrest with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Daniel, saying for the face tattoo and wig fun. Because, yeah, face tattoos are not cheap. Wigs are not cheap. And I've got a bunch of them. Appreciate you, Forrest. It's going right to the fun. This is a huge step up in competition for Rosas and a huge step down in competition for Font. I like Font here. That is true. That is true. Font's last two step downs and arguably lost both. Yeah, I thought Matsumoto won the fight, but it was close. All right. Let's move on to the next fight, and it is going to be, I guess this is the co-main event, huh?
Yes, it is.
Co-main event. Kyle Bahayo going against Reinier de Ridder. We got Kyle Bahayo, 33 years old, 5'10" with a 75-inch reach. Reinier de Ridder, 35 years old, 6'4" with a 79-inch reach. Bahayo 2 years younger. De Ridder with a 6-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach advantage. Bahayo is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Submission win against Mikhail Olazaychuk. Decision win against Abus Magomedov. Knockout win against Paul Craig. Decision win against Jared Cannonier. And then a decision loss against Nazardine Inovov. As far as De Ridder, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Submission win against Mearshart. Submission win against Holland. Knockout win against Bo Nickel. Decision win against Robert Whitaker. And then a knockout loss to Brendan Allen. So first and foremost, I was shocked that De Ridder is fighting this quickly. Because he's only been out for like a couple months, right? 3-4 months. And, you know, after the fight was over, he was coming out saying, like, he's having some major health issues, saying he's completely death-gassed, walking up a flight of stairs. I'm like, oh my gosh, De Ridder might not ever fight again. Or at the very least, he might be out for a long time, right? And now he's showing up 4 months later. I mean, luckily for De Ridder, I mean, this is a 3-round fight, but still, he's gassed out in 3-round fights before. He was death-gassed against Mearshart. And then the Allen fight was just such a bad look. You know, I guess he was dealing with some health issues during that fight. It was just such a bad look for me. But yeah, it's 3-round fight, which is going to help out De Ridder here. And yeah, he's massive for the division. He's going to be dangerous early. It's just, can he keep the pace up over the course of 15 minutes? I don't think his wrestling's that great. I'm not sure he's going to take down Bahia when this fight's at distance striking. Kyle Bahia is just a much better striker. So, I mean, I like Kyle here. I was just kind of surprised to see how much of a dog De Ridder is. Like, if it was a 5-round fight, sure. 5 rounds, sure. You make Kyle minus 275. But in a 3-round fight, like, De Ridder could have some success early. What are your thoughts on this co-main event, Weezy?
Yeah, I mean, like, I backed De Ridder as an underdog versus Whitaker, and that looked beautiful. And then I backed him against Brendan Allen, and yeah, he got the takedowns in rounds 1, 2, and 3. It was just that Allen was able to reverse him in rounds 2 and 3, and clearly Rainier just quit after round 3. It was over. So yeah, this is a weird one, man. Like, Bahia, I'm worried about him because he looked great against Cannonier, and then prior to that, he was reeling off wins, looking really good. And then the Imavov fight happened, and it looked like a completely different Kyle Bahia. I don't know if he was even healthy going into that fight, and that's just me speculating because he was already on a 1-year layoff, and he was undefeated. And I think sometimes you get put into a situation where when you take a long period of time off due to an injury, the UFC finally starts calling and they're like, hey, man, you know, you're ranked in the top 5. We need you to get in there and fight. I don't give a shit if you're still hurt. And I mean, what did you think of the performance against Imavov?
This is kind of ass, you know?
It was terrible. I thought it was by far the worst version of Kyle Bahia that I had ever seen. And he had went out there and put a striking clinic on Jared Cannonier just one fight before that. But like I say, if you look between the Cannonier fight and the Imavov fight, it was how long? So the Cannonier fight, August 24th, 24. The Imavov fight, September 6th, 25. So over a year. So I'm just thinking maybe he wasn't ready for that fight because he could bounce back here and look better. But if he doesn't, you got to bet Rainier.
Oh,
I think Rainier can take this guy down. I mean, I don't see why not. And I think he can maybe bully him in the clinch too. I mean, if Rainier De Ridder wants to walk forward and put Kyle on the back foot and make this a really greasy and grimy fight, I think he can absolutely do that. It's not like Kyle Bahaio's got crazy power in his hands. He doesn't. And I mean, it would be interesting to see if somebody tried to grapple him, you know, because he's actually went out there against a bunch of guys that just wanted to strike with him. Except for the Gadzi Omar Gadziev fight, which was his debut, and he got taken down in that fight. So we're getting a big discount here. Rainier De Ridder was a minus 225 favorite in his last fight against Brendan Allen, and now he's what?
235
plus 235 underdog against Rainier or Kyle Bahia. So this could be a good, nice little buy low spot here. And Rainier's got a funky style. He's shown that he can win minutes in the clinch, and you know that this guy can grapple with Kyle. He's on that level. The question is can Kyle keep this fight where he feels most comfortable, which is probably going to be a distance striking range. And if that's the case, if he can do that, he should be able to win a decision here. But I don't think Kyle's going to finish Rainier De Ridder unless he just quits or doesn't have the cardio to go the full 3. But I mean, I think I'd rather play Rainier at plus 235 than Kyle at minus 275.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to play either, to be honest. I mean, that's a why. I mean, De Ridder's like the second biggest dog on the card. I don't know. I want to fade De Ridder, but not laying minus 300 on Kyle Bahia. If it was 5 rounds, sure, I can get there. But 3 rounds, it could get interesting. And like you said, Kyle's not some great finisher. He couldn't finish a completely gassed out Abus Magomedov.
Yeah,
and I couldn't cash my round 2-3 prop.
I mean, even when Kyle almost has somebody out of there, he almost never finishes them.
Yeah.
Well, remember Cannonier? Remember how much trouble he had Cannonier in the 5th round, and he just couldn't get him out of there. He had Abus running from him, and he couldn't get him out of there. He's got no finish instincts. he thinks too much in there. He doesn't want to take any risks, man. And a guy like Rainier, he doesn't think at all in there. He's a marauder, bro.
He actually is a marauder.
He just goes out there and like that Bo Nickel fight was like that was pretty fun to watch, man, because nobody really expected Rainier to win like that, right? But that's what he brings. He brings chaos, and Xiao is somebody that's a thinking man's fighter. You know, he's at the Fighting Nerds. The guy's a righty, but he fights lefty because he wants to strike like Conor McGregor. He's a thinking man's guy. He wants to have a plan. He wants to attack where you're weak, you know, and a guy like Rainier de Ritter, he's very difficult to plan for. You're going to have to go to plan B, plan C, plan D against this guy because you don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. The fight goes -150. Fight doesn't go as +120. I'm just not sure I can count on Xiao to finish de Ritter. So,
what is Xiao by decision?
Xiao, it's probably a big number. Oh gosh, I guess not. No, +125.
Yeah, my model still even likes it at +125. It says it's the best priced bet of the decision, sub, KO, and inside the distance props.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm liking anything here. Like you said, there's things not to like on both guys. I kind of thought de Ritter would be out for a lot longer. I mean, hopefully there's no steps walking up to the octagon.
Oh, jeez, there are a few. There's like 3 or 4 of them, man.
Oh God,
yeah, that's not good.
I got to go Xiao then. I think if there's steps walking up to the octagon, I got to go Xiao.
Oh boy,
probably -300. I think people are sour about his death gassing last fight. I mean, they probably should be. I mean, it was, I think, the worst display of cardio I've seen since Liang Na, Ariana Carnelosi. How could anyone reliably bet on de Ritter? Bro's variance is almost as high as Yuri.
Yeah, well, when the variance is high, you bet the underdog, and you got a +235 handle next to de Ritter. Guess what? He was a big underdog versus Whitaker.
I can't
big underdog versus Bo Nickel.
I know. I can't believe Whitaker lost to de Ritter. I still can't believe that. Weezy knows. Yeah, Weezy knows what's up. Yeah, de Ritter's talking about how he was overtraining and how he's cutting too much weight too many times, and now he's fighting 4 months later. Like, take some time off, my guy.
Yeah,
take some time off. Kyle's gonna have a massive striking advantage here, and he's gonna be tough for RDR to catch because of his movement inside the distance at plus money. Like I said, I'm just not completely sold that Kyle's gonna be able to finish this guy. Kyle also cut weight a few. Oh, that's true. So he cut
was in
weight.
The crowd there in Chicago.
Yeah, and he cut weight for some reason to be the backup in the Hamzat DDP fight, and I guess he blamed it on that. Kyle gasses after grappling heavy rounds. RDR better muck this up. The more clean, the more better for Kyle. RDR is big. Rainier +3.5. Yeah, I could get down with that. I'm sure it's a horrible line though. Let's take a look. Because I mean, he should win for the first round. Let's see. RDR +3.5 is
+130.
Wow. I was not
That's
expecting.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. He's going to give you 5 minutes of hell. Can't get the image of RDR quitting. It's happened twice now. Tough to back a fighter like that. Yeah, pretty easy to get over actually if you remove emotions when betting. Yeah, but it's just hard. It is hard to remove that out of my head as well. Braro by decision is a lock. There you go. All right, let us move on to the main event. Before we do so, if we have not already, be sure to get those likes up. We are about 30 likes away from 200. If we get close, I might have to end the stream, to be honest. But we're close to 200 likes. Last week on Stat Diggers, we made a record. We hit a record. I think we had almost like 400 likes. So appreciate you guys for that. If you guys are watching on X, don't be afraid to hit the retweet. It helps us out. We got the main event. It is Max Holloway going against Charles Oliveira. And yeah, this fight's freaking awesome. You know, 2 of my favorite fighters going after it. Max Holloway, 34 years old, 5'11" with a 69-inch reach. Charles Oliveira, 36 years old, 5'10" with a 74-inch reach. Holloway, 2 years younger. Holloway with 1 inch height advantage and a 5-inch reach disadvantage. Holloway is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Decision win against Arnold Allen. Knockout win against Korean Zombie. Knockout win against Justin Gaethje. Knockout loss to Ilia Topuria. And then a decision win against Dustin Poirier. As far as Charles Oliveira, 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Knockout win against Benil Dariush. Decision loss to Arman Sarukian. Decision win against Michael Chandler. Knockout loss to Ilia Topuria. And then a submission win against Mateus Garbrandt. So this is an interesting fight here because Max Holloway, one of the most, if not the most durable fighter in UFC history. I mean, I'm sure you have the stats on it, Weezy. This guy's absorbed how many significant strikes throughout his career? Like 5,000?
Oh my God, dude. 2,248 significant strikes absorbed over his 27. And that's just the 27 fights that happened after the year 2013.
Oh,
Max had fights that happened before that, man. I think he even fought Conor McGregor before that. When did he fight Conor McGregor? Oh, McGregor was 2013, but there were fights before that. So, yeah, Holloway has absorbed more significant strikes and landed more significant strikes, I think, than anybody in UFC history.
By far. I mean, it's not even close. So, I mean, that's the concern. It's like once that shin cracks, it's gonna go. And I mean, my gosh, this guy's taking so much damage, and he got knocked out for the first time ever against Topuria. I was like, wow. I was like, dang. And then he gets hurt in the second round badly against Dustin Poirier, gets himself into a guillotine. So it's like, I'm kind of worried about the durability of Max Holloway. On the flip side, I'm worried about the durability of Charles Oliveira. I mean, this guy, Charles, is getting hurt in pretty much every single fight. His recoverability is pretty good, but he is getting hurt in a lot of these fights, even in fights he's winning. So I feel like both of these guys are very live to hurt each other on the feet. And if Charles gets his fight down to the ground, he's very, very dangerous submission grappling. So, this fight's freaking awesome. The only thing that sucks is, one of these guys has to lose, right? Unless it's a draw or something.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, this is the kind of fight that could end in a draw. This is going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a really fun one to watch. And the stat of the fight here is Max Holloway in 27 fights since the year 2013 has spent 86.5% of his UFC octagon time at distance striking range. And when he's at distance striking range, right, he lands 7.4 significant strikes per minute and absorbs 5.2. He's landed 9 knockdowns and he's only absorbed 2. 46.6% accuracy, 6% better than the divisional average. 58.4% defense, right around the divisional average. So Max is somebody that just wins minutes consistently at distance striking range. And he's got 82.5% takedown defense, and he only allows 0.7 takedowns per 15 minutes. That being said, nobody really tries to wrestle Max. So Charles Oliveira is a little bit of a different animal because he's the exact opposite of Max. Now, I think Charles is going to be very competitive on the feet with Max because he's got more power. But Charles only spends 36% of his octagon time at distance striking range. This guy's always in a phone booth. He's always clinched up. He's always grappling. And why is that? Because he's always walking forward. He's always closing distance. He's always putting you on the back foot. Sure, he gets hit a lot. 51% distance striking defense. That's really bad. He's been knocked down 5 times.
That's it?
At the UFC level. Well, but that's still a lot, dude. He doesn't spend any time on the feet.
I know. I just thought it'd be a lot more.
Yeah. But he still gets knocked down on 0.6% of the significant strikes that he absorbs, and that is right around average for the division. So it's like not many people get knocked down a bunch of times in the UFC, like after you get knocked down a bunch of times, you usually get cut because you're losing fights. So Charles is going to bring a different type of style here to the fight than I think Max is used to fighting, and it'll be interesting to see if he can pull it off, because Max has just been really good at doing what he does, which is boxing at distance striking range and using that ability to win minutes at range in order to bank rounds and win fights. He will get the occasional knockout, but the guy's mostly a minute winner. And Oliveira is the opposite. He's finished 17 of his 20 UFC wins since the year 2013. 85% finish rate. That's crazy. In a division that finishes, around 50% of the time, that's phenomenal. So I think Oliveira is going to keep it close on the feet. I think he's going to be very competitive in the distance striking exchanges because of the power that he has, because of the durability that he has, and the recoverability when he does get hit. And if he can force a grappling match here, Max is going to have problems, man. He's going to have problems. Even Topuria was wrestling him a little bit and having some success mixing that in. So you don't want to be on the ground with Charles Oliveira. He's too dangerous down there. So I think I'd much rather play the Oliveira side at plus money here than lay the juice on Max Holloway because, like we said, 2,300 significant strikes absorbed. If that chin cracks, it's going to be a problem against somebody like Charles Oliveira, who's got phenomenal finishing instincts compared to Max Holloway. What's the finish only prop here?
The finish only prop for Charles is plus 125.
Plus 190 on the money line. I think I'd rather play that plus 190.
Yeah. I mean, Charles can get finished, but
sure he can.
Yeah. And I think Max can get finished too. I could see a club and sub. Like I look back at the Poirier fight, round 2. Poirier hurts him. Max shoots in and Poirier snatches up that ghillie. I mean, if Charles snatches up that ghillie, it's a different story, right? So
yeah.
So I cannot wait for this. Holloway opened at minus 150. My goodness, and he's now minus 225. Oliveira opened at plus 130. Currently plus 190. The over unders interesting. It's some books have it at 3.5. Some books have it at 2.5. But I think the mostly have it at 2.5. The over 2.5 is minus 155. The under 2.5 is plus 135. The fight goes plus 195. The fight doesn't go is minus 250. I think this is one of my favorite fights of the entire year. I think this fight. I think it's got to be
legends.
The BMF title stays with Max. Charles 2-3 sub. Yeah, have you taken a look at the Charles props? Like they're all big, massive numbers. Charles Oliveira by KO. You can get Wheezy as high as plus 950.
Wow.
Oliveira by submission. You can get as high as plus 375. The Holloway KO props only like plus 150, but yeah, the Charles props are all pretty big numbers.
Yeah, and Charles by points is plus 700, and Max by points is plus 150. What do they think? Charles can't get any takedowns? That he can't win some minutes in the clinch here? That he can't land some big shots? That's kind of wild to me.
Yeah, Charles' decision was plus 1,800 on
what
on Fando. Now it's plus 1,000.
Oh my God, plus 1,800. That would have been like a full unit bet. Just go for it. Like I'm retiring after this week, 18 units.
18 plus 1,800.
That's wild.
I mean, yes, he's absorbed an ungodly amount of significant strikes, but what power punchers has he faced besides Topuria and I guess Gaethje?
Yeah, not a ton, right? Volkanovski 3 times. A bunch of featherweights. But remember, guys, this fight is at lightweight.
Yes.
That's why I like Oliveira here. Remember what happened when Holloway moved up to 155 the first time?
Yeah, it wasn't good against Poirier.
Yeah, dude, who was it? Was it Poirier? Yeah,
yep.
And he smoked him, right?
Oh, he got hurt so much. I thought it was about to be the first time he got finished in that fight.
Yeah, and then but they rematched and then Max won, right? That was how that went. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Max pillow fist is nothing for Charles. One trip for Max and it's over. In the main event, best bet may not be predicting a winner or the amount of rounds. Value may be in the over significant strikes. Yeah, we'll touch on underdog in a second. There's a play I like on there for Max Holloway. Brother Brady, thank you for playing along. It doesn't matter if we get 200 likes because 172 is still incredible. It is incredible. Absolutely. And really the point, thanks for the great show tonight. Appreciate you for us. Maybe I can sing on the live fight companion if we don't get 200 likes by tonight. Looks like we might fall just short. Oh, unfortunately. 176 for tonight. Brady, for those of us that are in the East Coast, can't stay up to 1 a.m., man. Got work and family to attend. Any chance you can start early for us New Yorkers can support? I mean, how do you think I feel, man? I mean, I don't know.
East Coast too.
I know. I'm East Coast too, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't because Clint goes live, so I don't know. I'm not going to go against Clint. That'd be messed up.
No, we're not doing that.
It'd be irresponsible.
And otherwise, we'd have to go back to Sundays again.
Oh, God.
And if you want us to go back to Sundays, we're going to need a lot of signups on Underdog.
Yeah,
A lot of signups.
If you guys start signing up on Underdog, sure, I'll go back to Sunday. But Holloway by decision. Most of the time when Charles goes down, it's not a real knockdown. He's just trying to bait them. Yeah, that's what it could be. And to follow him to the mat, same thing Nate always did. Holloway by points purely because they respect each other too much. Oh, I hope no respect's happening in this fight. If Max gets taken down once, he's getting subbed. We'll see. Max hasn't fought an elite grappler in so long. It has been a long time. This is the perfect time for me, to be honest. Yeah, this seems to be the best time, all things considered, for most of the audience. But yeah, East Coast is kind of getting screwed. But I'm on the East Coast, so I'm kind of screwing myself. All right, Wheezy, we did it. We went through how many fights? 13 tonight.
We did.
All right, so now we got a lot of things to do. The first thing we got to do is we got to find the piping, and the piping that just sticks out like a sore thumb this week is going to be Dante Johnson to pipe up Cody Brundage. I think we take the free square for the piping this week.
I mean, he's got terrifying power, but he's just got to watch the back of the head, Brady. He's got to watch the back of the head. Otherwise, he might get violently knocked out in the first round like Jacob Malcolm did.
Yes. Dante Johnson to pipe Cody Brundage on site this Saturday. We're going to take the low-hanging fruit here. Why not?
I don't mind it.
The on-site piping of the week is Dante Johnson to pipe Cody Brundage on site this Saturday. Last week we did Wes Schultz that was probably the worst milking in Stat Diggers history. We got to bounce back for a milking. So we're taking Johnson to pipe. Who's going to milk? Could it be Luke Fernandez to milk Rodolfo Bellato? Could it be Rafael Tobias to milk that bum, Dihar Nurgozhay? Could it be Rodriguez to potentially milk Bruno Ferreira? Could it be Rosas Jr. but to potentially milk Rob Font? Could it be Kyle Bahayo to milk Renair de Ritter? We got some options. I kind of like the newcomer Tobias to potentially milk Nurgozhay. Is there anything else sticking out to you?
If you're getting Ezekiel choke, in the year 2025, Brady, I don't think Tobias is anything special yet, but he's still very young, so like this guy could wind up being really good, if he makes steady improvements, if he gets kind of worked into the UFC the right way where they're not giving him horrible fights right off the bat. And this is a very winnable fight for him against a guy whose ground game has just looked absolutely awful. So I don't mind that, even though I'm not a big Tobias guy. I don't want to back him so much. I kind of think that that's probably his best path to victory there.
Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Rafael, Tobias, or bipolar. Hopefully shows up pissed off this Saturday.
Let's hope.
Tobias to milk. Now, I'm not spelling out DR Nurgozhay, so I'll say that bum this Saturday. Let's get this toe hold.
Let's go.
I think it's going to be the first ever, maybe the first or second toe hold in UFC history. The milking of the week is Rafael Bipolar Tobias to milk that bum this Saturday. Let's get this toe hold. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Brundage milking incoming. I mean, Johnson could potentially milk him. He could potentially pipe him. Yeah, RoboCop could potentially milk Ferrier if the fight goes long. Verna Jr. potential milking. He did something for like a decision of the week. No, we've done like a pegging of the week before, but we haven't done like a decision of the week. All right, what we'll do now is we'll do a Stat Diggers parlay. We forgot to do one last week, so we can't forget this week. So you'll give a leg, I'll give a leg. We're going to put it together. We're going to try to get plus money. What are we thinking for this week for a Stat Diggers parlay of the week?
Oh, boy. What do I want to do here? Where can I find some nice overs, some nice non-violent overs? I don't like many actually this week. Maybe Dober Johnson over at minus 180. I don't think Johnson has a lot of power, and I think his durability actually is quite underrated. How many times has Michael Johnson been knocked out in the UFC?
3.
I think we all remember the Ferrier one, which was absolutely nasty. But other than that, it's been 3 times, and that's in 12 losses. That's in 19 professional losses. 19 professional losses. This guy's only been knocked out 3 times. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the over 1.5 rounds, minus 180 for Johnson versus Dober.
Okay. I mean, I'm not really seeing anything I like. Oh, God.
What about Luke Fernandez, minus 220?
Yeah, I guess we can go Fernandez. You know, what does that come out to?
Not very good, dude. He's just uninspiring.
He's just not really good at anything.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, what does that come out to?
That comes out to plus 126.
Okay.
I like it.
Let's do it. All right, so the over in the Johnson Dober fight, over 1.5, and then the Fernandez money line. Let's do it. Dober could knock MJ out. Make it happen.
Got power. It could happen.
I think it could happen. All right, so that's the parlay. We did the milking. We did the piping. And now it is time for the underdog play of the week. Remember, go to Underdog, use code DFSBTN, get $75 free in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Use that code DFSBTN. Helps us out, helps the show, helps keep it rolling, and it helps you guys out. I mean, who doesn't like free money? I mean, it's literally free. Go get it. What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, bonus funds. You don't like bonus funds? I like bonus funds.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like bonus funds? So let's pull up some Underdog here. Okay, I've just looked at this today, but I do like. I'll go with what I gave out on my prediction video. I'm going to go with the Max Holloway lower than 95.5 significant strikes. Charles Oliveira has never absorbed more than 85 in a fight. And on top of that, I think both guys can finish. And I don't think Max Holloway's landing 96 strikes here. So I'm going lower on the Max Holloway significant strikes, lower than 95.5. That's just way too high in a fight that could finish, in a fight that could, go to the mat. So I'm taking the lower there. Weezy, what do you like for Underdog this week? Anything?
All right. So the lower is an even play at 95.5. And then what I'm going to go with is I'm going to go with Dante Johnson, lower 7.5 minutes fight time.
Whoa.
That's only a 0.74 payout, but this is a 2.59 payout on this particular two-legger here. So Max Holloway, lower than 95.5 significant strikes. Dante Johnson, lower than 7.5 minutes of fight time. I think that's the way to go here.
Yeah, I'm surprised they put Dante Johnson fight time at 7.5. I thought they'd do like 5.
Well, but the payout has been adjusted accordingly, so we're not getting we're not getting an even payout like you are for the 95.5 significant strikes. But we hit that one-legger last week. We hit it.
Yeah,
we knocked it out of the park. So join us.
There we go.
Code DFSBTN. Support the Stat Diggers crew.
Support it.
Sign up on Underdog.
Yeah, like I'm getting face tattoos out here. I mean, at least we can do.
I'm putting in bets for Jose Medina.
Oh God!
And you guys can't back us with one sign up for Underdog. Get out there, help us out, huh?
Exactly.
Brady's got a face tattoo. I'm taking a 1-unit hit on Medina. Come on,
brutal out here. Smelling nasty shirts. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this shirt away. By the way, after the show.
Well, thank God you're going to the doctor tomorrow.
Unless anybody wants this shirt,
find out whatever it is that you have now.
Yeah.
From sniffing that shirt. Hopefully the doctor can cure it.
I mean, if anyone wants the shirt, hit me up. I don't think I could ship it out. I think I'd go to prison for putting something like this in the mailing system.
The dogs are going to sniff it out at the post office, and you're going to get let out of there in handcuffs.
I know. So
they're like, people are going to hear you like, somebody got let out of the post office in handcuffs, and he kept screaming, "It's Douglas Silva de Andrade's fault." I don't know what that meant,
It's horrible. I might just throw it out. It's a shame. It's an autograph. It's a cool autograph shirt. It's just it's yellow and it stinks. So probably gonna throw it away. All right, Weezy, we did. We only went 3 hours. Like we said, no more fun.
No more fun. Laughing time is over. This is the no fun league now here on Stat Diggers. We're going to keep it that way.
There we go. You guys have 14. You guys had to get 14 likes by the time Wheezy's done shouting out his stuff here. So, Wheezy, where can the guys find you?
You can find me on X at MMA Wheezy. You can find me on YouTube at the Uncle Wheezy YouTube channel. You can find me on Rumble at Uncle Wheezy as well. And you can find me on Odds Shopper. That's where you get access to the probability stats and content package. The AM tab has all the advanced statistics for each fighter. The AS tab has the complete individual fighter stats. The OU tab on these spreadsheets has the over-under betting model. The BT tab has the prop betting model. And I've created 2 new templates, which are going to take the place of this one. And we'll be debuting them next week. But what I'm going to try to do, Brady, is get it ready for this week. And maybe what I'm going to do, if the stuff's ready, is put all my content that's usually pay-per-view only out for free this week so that people can see the changes that I've made to the product going forward. And hopefully I can get some people to come out and support me on Odds Shopper for $25 a month to get access to that probability stats and content package.
Nice. Cool. Looking forward to it, man. And I'm looking forward to going to bed. I'm very tired. Got a doctor's appointment. Got to get this face tat off. It's going to be brutal. I'm going to be scrubbing and to get this stench off me. I've got a lot of stuff to do over the next couple hours. So, All right, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon. Like on your way out, subscribe. And by the way, if you guys have not checked out the Fight Companion, come check it out. It's a fun time. It gets a little crazy. We do like to have fun on there, but it's not on Stat Diggers.
Not on Stat Diggers anymore, but on the Companion, yeah.
On the Companion, we'll have some fun. So come check us out on Saturday, guys. All right. Best of luck for UFC 326. We'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see you later.